All right, guys, welcome in again. Another episode of Collectors Mingle. We got a lot of great stuff to talk about tonight. First and foremost, KG's figure, right? KG is famous. He's got a figure now. He's getting a lot of money for that. We all got to support
100%.
it. Secondly, we got Spider-Man No Way Home. We're going to talk about spoilers. So spoiler, discussion here tonight. So be on the lookout for that. Know what you're getting into. If you haven't seen the film, come back later, or if you don't care, we'll just get into it. We're going to talk about Soosoo Toys Kingpin. We're going to talk about the Asmus Nazgul. We're going to talk about everything under the sun tonight on Collectors Mingle. Stay tuned. Lots coming at you right around the corner. Yo, what is it? What are you drinking, Leo? What is that?
I am drinking Tension Tamer tea.
Oh, do you have the titty cookies?
Be dipping them in. Did
you guys see those, by the way?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that shit was funny.
Leo said they tasted really good, though.
They were good. They were really good. So good that it's going to be a tradition, a yearly tradition. Every year we're going to make some titty cookies. Look, she wanted to make what? Look, in her defense, she didn't know what she was doing. She made the cookie too big. Like she just, you know what I mean? So she just
should have made them like that.
Yeah, she didn't know. It was okay.
Oh, well, I'm glad they still tasted good. So, guys, thanks so much to all of you for joining me. This amazing panel we got here tonight. Hope you all had a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you celebrate. Hopefully it was a good one for you. And yeah, we got a lot to talk about tonight. But before we do that, let's go around and introduce the panel. Six Scale Mafia, Anthony. Bro, pineapple on pizza, man? Really?
Bro, it's coming right now. Pineapple, pepperoni, stuffed crust, dude.
Yes. For life.
Chat, let us
It's an
know, please,
abomination,
pineapple on
y'all.
pizza. Yeah,
Now,
I agree,
listen,
Mario.
I never understood the prejudice, man. Because look, I'm from Chicago, man. I like good deep dish, oven baked Supremes. I love pizza. So
Yeah,
if I
your
want a
back,
pizza
Anthony.
with pineapple and pepperoni, sometimes that's okay.
No, it's okay.
Man.
It's just
I still eat regular pizza.
I've never
too.
had it, so I can't say honestly. But I can say I don't like pineapple, so I doubt I would like it on pizza.
Yeah, that could be a thing if you don't like pineapple.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm glad
yeah.
you're gonna enjoy it, bro. But how you doing
Yeah.
otherwise? You doing good?
Yeah, it's been busy, man, but it's been pretty good, man.
Yeah.
Pretty
Well, I
good.
knew you were doing some reorganization. So
Dude. Yeah, everybody keeps asking me to see my, like a collection tour thing, right? And it's like, dude, my house is trashed, yo. So it's coming along though, man. Well, you saw it. I saw, it's yeah, soon.
collection tours are like the hotness, dude. Like I get those requests like every day. So I think everyone does. Bet everyone on this panel gets them. I actually worked with my mom today. We painted the closet where I display some of my Star Wars helmets. So that I'm preparing for the collection tour. So be on the lookout, whenever I get some of these statues in. But so I know you're doing the same, Anthony. So, that's just what we do. We always prepare for the collection tour. So, but Mario, Professor,
Hey.
how you doing, bro? You're looking real nice tonight. I love the lighting.
Thank you, man. No, thank you. Had to get festive for the holidays, bro. No, doing good, man. Just I just got out of watching Spider-Man again for round 2, and
Ooh.
I'm kind of might be doing a thing. We might talk about that later. I don't know.
Ooh, okay.
So yeah, something I shouldn't be doing, but I'm falling for the hype, y'all. Another thing too, on the topic of pizza, can I ask this question? So pineapple, we know. What are you guys' thoughts on Alfredo sauce instead of pizza sauce?
I don't think I've ever tried that. It sounds kind of interesting, though.
That's
tried it.
okay, because that's kind of my thing. Like a white pizza. I mean, I'm pretty basic. Pepperoni ham with white sauce. Forget about it. Dude,
white
that's
sauce.
all day, man.
Yeah,
Is that
I
something-
don't know what with the pepperoni. My roommate does this weird thing where he does mushrooms and sausage with the Alfredo sauce on his pizza.
Huh.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
weird. It's almost like
Yeah.
a stroganoff, sort of,
I don't
It's
think I've seen
alright.
that before. I don't think I've seen the Alfredo sauce before. I've heard of it before. I don't think I've ever tasted it though. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's-
Annie says she's not a fan of the white sauce in general. Yeah, I get it.
Okay. Did they do that in Cali? Is that something like an option over there or something? Okay.
Yeah. There's a spot over here that does that. Pretty damn good.
Oh.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm gonna try. Y'all got me craving pizza, so I think everyone in the
bro.
chat too. Yeah,
that
Anthony,
pineapple
the
will
people
change
are
your life.
against you, bro. They said Hawaiian.
No,
One guy
no,
said
no.
Hawaiian pizza is good. The collector. But
There you go.
otherwise-
Now, there was more than one. The people are not against it.
I'm biased,
think
bro.
it's-
I'm only
it's a-
picking
it's
the
a
ones I
divisive-
want.
Pineapple.
So,
Come
Leo,
on.
how you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good, man. We had some fun tonight on take your position. We did Iron Man pretty much, and it was fun.
Yeah.
Look at
It
that.
invigorated my love for the Iron Man figure itself. Again, we have these conversations often. It's just like, we're constantly getting these Iron Man figures in. It's like, yo, I'm just so tired. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I mean, lately though, we haven't actually heard. I mean, it's been a lull. Like, it's been quiet. I think, it was quiet up until the point we got the Battle Damage Mark 85. So, it wasn't much in that atmosphere that actually dropped. So, I mean, tonight was just really, really it was a good show, man.
was fun.
I mean, we had it on Iron Logan's channel. So if you didn't watch, you can actually get the playback. It was fun, man. Like, I mean, of course, we had Brendan's commentary, so we
That's how you fill airtime right there.
Yeah, well, yeah, hey, it works because it gives us time behind the scenes. Like,
Yeah.
we just shut the cameras down, we give it to him, let him talk
Yeah.
while
Yeah.
we pose. And
It
gives
works
us-
really well.
It works really
That had to
well.
have been at least a 3-hour stream, right?
2.5. It was like almost two and a half. Hours. Yeah, it was a two and
To
a
my
half hour
point.
stream.
Oh my god.
But it was fun though. It was really fun, and it kind of helped to get the interaction from the audience, and everybody was in the chat and stuff like that. So that was fun. And yeah, man, that was it. Like, just had some fun doing that. Got the notification about my 2020 cap. That's actually on the way. So I'm happy
Nice.
about
okay,
that.
okay.
I mean, 217 shipped. You can't beat that.
Nah,
So,
bro.
why not?
Wow.
Yeah. So
Wow.
yeah, so happy about that, man. So that'll be here, like, I think possibly next week, just depending, along with
Nice.
Batgirl or she'll be here. Barbara Gordon to be here next week as well. So
Nice.
definitely happy about that, and also tonight's topic, because now I know that I'm getting another percentage, not just 10%.
Yeah, bro.
As you can see, the name down here is 16 Scale Man, aka KG's agent. So, agent, when it comes to that yes, I'm getting some money. You hired me, so yes, I need my money.
There's a contract.
Yeah, it's a contract. It's a binding contract. I'm getting you these gigs, so we're in talks for some more gigs. Plus, I even think
You shouldn't back out of the deal, bro.
I know you can't back out. Too late. You signed on the dotted
Too
line. You
late.
know what I mean? But nah. I'm just excited for tonight's discussion, man. Definitely, let's go.
Yeah.
KG Lael is altering the deal. Just pray he doesn't
Pray I
alter
don't
any
alter
further.
any further, man.
It'll be 20% next week.
20%. Yeah. Next, who knows? It might be 40% next time.
Yeah, I know. Right?
No, yeah. Well, thanks for having me tonight. I can't wait to talk about my figure. I'm gonna buy like 6 of them. I'm gonna give away to everybody in the panel here. So can't wait for that.
They better make a Willy Wonka one.
Yeah, of course. No, yeah, just excited to talk about No Way Home and predictions for the figures that hopefully will be coming out. So yeah, can't wait for that.
Yeah, dude. And thanks for joining us to all you guys. And Iron Logan. It's been a minute, dude.
What's up?
That Iron, you single-handedly got Mario to want to buy a Mark 85 in like seconds when you
Bro.
came on screen.
Yep.
Boom.
Yep.
That's what's
That's
up.
how fresh that pose is, man. Look at that.
Yeah.
It's so inspiring. Like, I gotta have that in my hand to see what I can do with it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it, Mario. You won't
Is there-
regret it.
Hey,
John, is
plus,
there any
plus
Sorry, Leo,
it's
go ahead.
actually, you can get it cheap now too, bro.
Yeah.
You can get it cheap. It's on sale right now. So
Is there any
Oh,
pressure
yeah.
on the joints having him anything in a pose like that? Or
No.
no?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
ratcheted joints, bro. Like it's
Okay.
ratcheted
Yeah, ratcheted.
joints. You can pose them any way you want. You know, that's the one figure that, like I said, we talked about it on the show. Like you don't
Yeah.
have to worry about battle damage. Like, and the reason why I say that is like, when the paint app, people are afraid that if you pose it a certain way to scrape the paint. But isn't that what you want when it comes to an Iron Man figure?
Yeah, I would say
Sort
so.
of, slightly.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
At least
he's
a
got
little, yeah.
scrapes.
yeah.
Yeah, that detail makes it more realistic looking.
Yeah.
That's real nice.
He's a super safe in that pose. Easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
of falling over than when he's standing up, and if you don't want to use a stand.
That's
Are
true.
we excusing the fact that John has the smoothest voice on the channel, on the chat, on the
He
panel
does,
tonight?
bro.
God, no, I
Like
don't.
straight up, are we
No way.
Every time we
that,
bring
bro?
him on, he just shows the rest of
Like
us up.
it's like he shows everybody up, bro. It's like we see. It's like we can't see who's in the chat, but I'm pretty sure the women is sitting there like, isn't he dreaming? Like,
I can see bras like flying through the screen.
Wow.
I'll
we
take it.
got him and
One
KG
just gonna,
on the
like, hit
same.
us in
Come
the
on, man,
face.
stop playing.
I hope his wife's not listening.
No, probably not. She'd disagree with you. That's for sure.
So, John, you
Definitely
doing
so.
well? Did you have happy holidays and all that? I don't know what they celebrate in
mate.
Australia. Do you guys celebrate Christmas? because I don't know how they do that over there.
Dude, Santa Claus
Dude, I
travels
gotta
worldwide, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
What
was that?
I ask this question every time. I don't want to be culturally insensitive. It could be,
Yeah,
I don't
no.
know, Australian Christmas. I don't know what they do.
We
over there.
had Christmas. I will
Wow.
tell you, and I was telling Lael earlier, yesterday was the hottest day I've ever experienced in my life. It was 44 degrees here in Perth, which is, I
Oh,
don't know what that is for you guys, but it's hot. It's
Like
107
107,
for you guys.
108.
Damn.
Yeah.
so the wife is listening.
She has.
Yeah, she's in the kitchen.
She can't hear the bra comment though. It's fine.
No, can't hear the rest, luckily.
Okay.
Yeah, so we went for a swim. So we were in the beach, went to the beach yesterday, went for a swim. And I tell you, man, like getting in the ocean on days like that, you need to. It's so hot. I got a fan on me right now.
Oh, nice.
Literally trying to cool me down in my room here. But it was great. Had a good Christmas, spent time with the family. Just chilling, man, just enjoying some time off work and having some fun.
Nice, bro. Yeah, Leo,
Yeah,
go
man.
ahead.
Oh, and
Real quick. No, go ahead, John. Go ahead, John.
I was just going to say, I saw a movie yesterday actually with KG that no one's talking about, mate. You didn't tell us about this one. Don't Look Up with Leonardo DiCaprio. Amazing movie.
Oh,
if you
Timothy
haven't seen it
Chalamet's
on
in that.
Netflix.
I gotta watch
Man,
that.
he's in it, man. You were holding out on us, man.
Yeah, I
You didn't
know.
wanna pay up on
Yeah.
that much.
You would have moved
Come
with
on,
Leo
bro.
and didn't tell
Oh
us.
man,
Come on,
10
bro.
more
He's
cents.
got
10
long
more.
hair and he's
10 more percent.
You know what? I'm done.
tried
That's
to
a good
sneak that one
movie,
by.
by
Is it?
the way.
You watch
That's
it
a
too,
good
Anthony?
movie.
Yeah.
Isn't it on Netflix?
It's a good, yeah. That's
Yeah.
a good movie.
Okay, I'll have to watch.
Yeah,
And
that's
Jonah
a good
Hill's in it,
movie.
I think, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah,
I
great
got
job.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. It's I like movies that make you think.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good take on society at the minute with
Yeah.
news and everything. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That is for sure.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but that's it, man. Just
Sorry,
happy to
Leo,
be
would-
here. Thanks for having me back.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Leo, what do you want to say?
So really quick, so I got some. I come bearing gifts, so to speak. So
Oh,
these are gifts these are from Vincent Dunn Arts.
Ooh.
So these
Look at
are
that.
the
Hey.
Oh,
Nice.
dude, that's nice.
That's amazing.
so Foxification, you got one coming your way.
Oh shit.
Oh,
KG, you got one coming your way.
Oh wow!
Brendan has one coming his way.
Oh no, boo.
And there's a couple more. Yeah, there's a couple more that's actually coming. There's a few, so I'll have some to hand out to pretty much a few people here.
Appreciate it,
And
man.
Brendan gets one,
Mario got something special for you, but I gotta.
Oh,
Yeah. So these are gifts from Vincent Dunn Art. Again, some of his pieces that we got. And Iron Logan, you too. Yeah. So yeah,
Oh,
there's a
cheers,
couple of
mate.
pieces that.
Thank you
are
very
coming. So I
much.
come bearing gifts. People will have them. They'll be sent out. 6 scale. Let me know if you want one. I'll actually get one. Pretty
Dude,
much your way.
yeah, everything he's
Yeah.
doing, dude, is awesome, bro.
Yeah, so I got so it's a couple of them actually coming. People will have them. They will be actually sent out. So yeah, just inbox me your address.
You're a
Don't say that
generous
shit
man.
over chat.
My address
oh
is
shit! How to hit the
It'll
unsend
pop
button?
up.
Don't put that over chat. Please don't. But yeah, definitely. And if you have a PO box, if you rather come to your PO box, let me know.
appreciate
it.
it.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
awesome,
dude,
Leo.
appreciate
Too
that as
generous.
well. Leo.
Yeah,
I sent a
definitely.
message to
Thank you
Vinny,
so
so
much.
hopefully he gets back. I just told him thank you for the amazing.
Yeah.
art.
He got you.
Yeah, shout out
Yeah.
to Vinny too for the amazing work, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks.
seriously.
He kills it. He
Seriously,
kills
bro.
it.
Yeah.
He
Yes.
kills it. Definitely, bro. Appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Awesome. So, guys, let's address the chat real quick before we start hopping into this stuff. We got Joe in the house. We got Carlos Burgos in the house. Tukathri. Anthony's in the house. Also, two ways.
Hey, what do you know?
Docinator. What's up, you fine mingling gents? Happy to hang with y'all. Docinator, happy to have you, man. Primetime Reviews. Simon. Iron Logan in the house. Cody Franklin. 3 dudes. Mashups. What's up, guys? Got ourselves a goated panel tonight. Oh, yeah. These guys make me look good. Always Sunny Vale. Hello, folks. Excited for some figure talk. The Ben Cave. Or collector number 1. Let's see. KG. Need to give out your figure to the panel for free. There we go. It's true, bro. It's true, bro. Gilbert in the house, fellow collectors. What's up? Emmanuel, great guy in the house. Emmanuel, Philip the Fool, Equan, Bloodsport, Louis Libbets, Leonardo Hernandez, SpongeBob SquareBalls. He's here, bro. He's always here. Comics.
What a
Annie C
legend.
did support Anthony. Love pineapple on pizza. Good. So good on you.
A lot of
Annie.
people did, as you will see.
Yeah, we got people in our corner, man. Come on.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe a few. Collector number 1 said it too, so he's with you guys. Pineapple on pizza. Yeah,
There's more.
no. Let's see. Word Nerd. Let's see. Annie. Thing. Oh, Chris Cullens. Okay. Sean Bean in the house, of course. Sean Bean. Good old Sean Bean. Doc Smizzle, one of the world's greatest moderators, is here. Bob Dylan. Also, I want to PO KG's figure, but I need to see an in-hand review. Maybe KG can do a side-by-side comparison. Just hold it up to his face.
We shall see.
But look at the likeness. Lionel, 3 more days to book a boat. But yeah, we might get into that tonight. If we can get into it. If we have time, we're definitely getting into it. Josh McCoy, what's up? Carbonite Kid. I'll try to hit everybody. I think that's everyone, though. So, guys, let's start with something, obviously, that's just on everyone's mind. KG's figure. It's I mean, come on, bro. Like, it is the talk of the town. People want to know, KG, what happened? What was the deal like that you signed? Like,
Yeah.
How
What
does
was the
this
deal?
work?
Tell them about the deal. Tell them.
Let's see.
Everything is confidential. I can't.
Let's see. Hold on. I want to. There we go. I want to get you guys down there. So
good
it's funny.
answer.
Like the only place I could find that has this up for order right now is Kit 1/6 Kit. So I'm not sure if anyone else has it yet, but I'll pull up the pics, and see if I can zoom in a little bit more on them. But essentially, yeah, he listed it for, I believe it was, it's $256 shipped.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if that's going to be the price in the States. I haven't seen anyone else list it yet. So I don't know maybe if it's not licensed in the US or what the deal is. I know it is licensed, but I wasn't sure if you know, what the overall deal was going to be like for, you know, what the States buyers are going to look like for it. So KG, I'll start with you on this one because this figure is of you. He just
The
disappeared.
resemblance is
Look at that
uncanny.
avatar. KG, how do you feel about your figure, bro? Like, and you know, I know it's a big honor for you, but
Oh my god, having a 1/6 scale figure, well, you have no idea. I'm telling you, man. This is I'm getting 6 just to, you know, that's how great it is. I mean, it's a great figure.
Yeah, good job.
Honestly, no. To be honest, it's a great figure. It's a great looking figure for a licensed figure. We're actually getting a Dune figure. I mean, this is great. I love the film. I've watched the film a couple of times, and I enjoyed every single time I watch it. And it's a great figure. I want to see how it looks like in hand, and if there's a chance where it looks really good, I'll definitely buy it for sure. And you know, the likeness to my face is amazing. I mean, it's uncanny. It's absolutely phenomenal. And yeah, it's a great figure, man. Like I said, I enjoyed the film, and you know, if they do well, if the figure looks really good, and who knows, we might get more from this movie. And the accessories are pretty good too. I mean, for what you're getting with the figure, it's a lot of accessories for $256 ship. It's not bad at all. But then again, it's nowhere near to Hot Toys standards, especially the sculpt. The sculpt, it's a little it's not up to par with Hot Toys sculpt nowadays. But yeah, it's a great figure. What about Leo? What about you, man?
Yeah, Leo, give us your thoughts again, bro.
I really don't have to. Like you said it all.
I mean, what more could you want other than the guy it's the figure's made of him? I mean,
exactly. And as your agent, I am so proud and happy that you signed on a dotted line and gave him your license, your likeness, and you know that 10%. I'm telling you, just keeps growing. Nah, seriously, no. I love this figure, man. Like, again, we talked about it last night. You know, quite a bit, and the simple fact that it's the head sculpt. Yeah, it's a bit flat. You know, and you know, as a sculpt, it's good. The paint app, I think that it could have been better. That would have probably put this over the top. But other than that, like I said, the tailoring on the outfit itself is incredible. Worth the price of admission. I'm getting it. I mean, just because, like I said, I mean, not just because I'm getting it for free, but I just no, I'm just playing. No, I mean, no, seriously, like I like it. I mean, I love this you know, this figure. Also, we know that we're getting a gurney as well. You know what I mean? So that's I'm hoping that they can continue in with this line, and just continue on giving us this figure, considering the simple fact that, you know, we're going to get a second, you know, film from it. I hope they give us Zendaya's character, definitely. But yeah, I'm quite impressed. And the simple fact that it's licensed, you know, being a licensed figure coming in at this particular price, you know, somebody said Toys Wonderland has it on order for $230. But I wonder what it's going to be shipped.
With shipping, it's probably going to be more.
With shipping, it's going to be a bit more than that. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to basically see how this, you know, comes out. and how the final product photos are going to be. But yeah, I'm impressed, man. I'm really
You
impressed.
better buy it, Leo. You better buy it.
Oh yeah, I'm buying it. Definitely, I'm buying it, bro. Everything I purchase gets written off, so you already know how that goes. It's a
That
tax
book's pretty
write-off.
cool too.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what do you think, John? What do you think, Iron Logan, about this this KG figure?
Yeah, man, I quite like it. I agree with pretty much everything you guys are saying. I think I was thinking about it for like what I would do with it, and for photography, I think even with it being a little bit soft, you can still manipulate it with lighting and things like that. And I think like that lighting there, maybe not as strong, but some of those other pictures, and from a distance. Now, if you have that on the DTOF with a down light, I think it's going to look great. Really, to be honest. So I think it's really good. I like the tailoring. I like the movie. I like the character. I'm a fan of KG, so it's definitely one I've been
He's got a lot of fans at this point.
Oh yeah, he does. KG Charlemagne.
Yeah. No, it's good, man. I really like it. And I'm interested to see the gurney because that pictures came out of that recently, didn't it? I think
Yeah, I can show you that real quick. Give me 1 sec. I'll pull it up. They only shared one picture of Gurney.
Yeah.
So this is it.
Okay.
So it's not bad.
Yeah. No, it's
I
not
mean,
bad
it's
at
pretty
all.
solid. Like it's like KG and Leo said, it's not Hot Toys level, but it's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again,
like,
depending on the lighting.
yeah, the lighting. That's what I was gonna say. Like, depending on the lighting, we don't really know yet. So
Yeah. Right. Yeah, we don't know right exactly. And but the tailoring, like Leo, you were saying last night, the tailoring does look good.
yeah, it does.
On both of the figures.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that one looks nice. The tailoring looks good on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll see more for sure. I mean, the next movie is going to be like with the new movie coming, we're definitely going to get more. There'll probably be more action in that one too, which would be good. I think you'll get a bit more with that.
Yeah, absolutely. So before we get to you, Mario, on this one, Ashley Chase, thanks so much, Ash. You're amazing as always. Hope everyone, hi everyone. Hope you had an awesome Exodus. Hopefully you did too. And in Australia, they celebrate it, and I know that now. So it's good to know. That's all I needed to know. So thanks, Ash, so much. Seriously, hope you had a good Christmas as well. So Mario, what do you think about these Dune figures? I'll go back to KG because we can't get away from his pretty face, but I'll pull up his figure again. But what do you think, Mario?
Full disclosure, I still haven't seen this film yet, so I really don't have any context to really critique these figures. Okay. I'm hearing a bunch of mixed reviews. I know most of the panel is in agreement with it was a pretty good movie. I want to see it just because Denis Villeneuve directed it, so I really enjoy his movie, so I got to check it out. But just judging on the figure, I mean, again, like you guys mentioned about the tailoring, I think that's completely on point. It looks great. The outfit looks pretty cool. I like it with the coat that he has on. Head sculpt seems to be a little weak, along with the paint apps. I think they can use a little bit more details in the hair, possibly, along with the skin, the skin tone in the face and everything. But is that an Oreo cookie behind him? What is that? What's going on?
Yeah, it is.
Because
it's a space
or an
Oreo
ice cream
cookie.
sandwich or something.
It's a
Is
space
that what
cookie.
that is?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
No,
So
Leo
all the
would
more
know.
reason for me
I
to check
forget,
it out.
Leo, what is that? Just a service droid? I don't know. What is it?
It's like it chronicles everything that happens within the actual sphere. So it's just mainly it's that's where he's receiving majority of his information and everything from.
It looks like it includes one.
Yeah,
So-
right. It does.
There
look
it
really
is.
Yeah,
right?
so I
it's
mean,
like-
that's pretty cool. Like there's and like I think KG was talking about the accessories. For $256, you do get a pretty good decent amount of cool accessories, and that
bad.
sphere it looks like it's light up. So
yeah, sort of like a probe droid. That's what it's.
Yeah.
Sort of, yeah.
So I've never heard of this company, Aug Toys.
I haven't
So
either.
is this like one of the first products that they're delivering out to us right now? I mean,
I think so.
Because
And Mario, if
at
you look
two-
at that shot, look that lighting, the sculpt
looks
looks
decent.
great. Yeah.
yeah, it looks pretty decent. But I don't know if it, in my opinion, with this being possibly the first product, forgive me if I'm not too familiar with any other products they might have done. I think it's a little overpriced for what they're asking for, if I'm honest, because I'm seeing some other companies that are doing pretty damn good work too. I mean, shout out to Exo6. I mean, they're putting out for the great price as well. That's cheaper than this. So
Do you think it's
They've been
because
at
it's
it for like a
licensed,
minute.
Mario? Do you think it's
Possibly,
licensed, they got to charge
that's-
more?
XO6 is licensed.
I
though,
think
Yeah, worldwide.
so. I think depending on the IP, then that's always the case. But I would imagine
Right.
the Dune license could be, that costly though, would it? I mean,
I don't know.
I personally don't think so. But I mean, look, it's a good first try. It looks really cool. I mean, I'm just excited to have the possibility of having KG on my shelf. You know what I mean? I'd love it even more if it was quarter scale, like fully sculpted polystone. That'd be awesome. But but no, it looks all right. It looks all right for what it is. I'm just not a fan of the price.
Yeah, and I get what you're saying, Mario, because it's a tricky one because the prices do seem to be all over the place. Like Optical had brought up last night, the company that's making that Dexter, and it's like $300 or something. So that he was saying like new companies, when they get a license like this, sometimes it's hard to keep the price down. But I do tend to agree with you. Like, I don't think I would pay $256 for this, but I do feel like it's a great start and we should support it if it's good, right? If it ends up being really good. I think the sculpt is there. I think you guys are all dead on though. Just the paint apps. Like the sculpt is definitely there. It's just the skin texture. Like if you repainted this, or maybe they can fix it, I think it could be great. So like if Hot Toys painted this sculpt, I think it would be amazing.
Oh yeah.
Like it's a great sculpt.
Yeah.
It's a great sculpt. It's just not painted like
well.
masterfully,
Right. Yeah.
So kind of like the Prime 1 Joker for that matter. So so Anthony, what do you think about it, bro?
Well, like Mario, I haven't watched this yet. I've been meaning to, but because I like the old Dune back in the day. I do want to check it out. I just haven't checked it out yet. So my you know what I mean? I don't know the expectations. Obviously this looks like KG, so they're doing a good job with it. However, I don't have a connection to the people, right? But I will say I kind of also agree with Mario though with the price, because we come from, let's just say the majority is Hot Toys, right? That's the pedigree that most people have come to expect. So when that price point is around that range, I think a lot of us collectors who are in the hot toy world automatically just in our head, we're like, that's too much, because we're just used to the standard at that cost, that price per performance. You know what I mean? So I don't know if it's a license thing and maybe they have to jack the price, or maybe they're just seeing what they can sell it for. And since this seems to be their first figure, I too have never heard of them, so I don't know if it's just they kind of just threw darts at the wall and that was the price that it stuck. But he looks cool. It looks cool. The accessories look neat, but yeah, I don't know about $260 is kind of a lot.
Yeah, and I get what you mean, because the argument definitely holds weight to me. It always has. If you're going to charge Hot Toys prices, you have to be Hot Toys quality, right? So, and I do tend to agree with that. So I think you guys make very fair points with this. It's just hard. It's hard to say for sure, but it's a topic because it's not Hot Toys quality yet. Maybe they could fix it and correct it. Even then, the final product, I doubt it will be, because if it's their first figure, it's not going to be Hot Toys is Hot Toys. I mean, they're the king for a reason. So, but
some companies like Soosoo Toys that did that Kingpin. I mean, look at that skull.
Yeah,
it's really good.
Which actually, KG, that's a perfect segue.
That's why I did it.
Segue, great segue.
This is why 10%, bro. Because this is why you're the professional. Because
that was money.
Yeah, that was, bro. Literally.
What?
Literally money. Literally money at 10%. Exactly. So we'll start with you, Leo, on this one, because I know you've been excited for this one. And we did get an update. I know I saw this. Giant Toy has this for $185.99. So $185.99 shipped from Giant Toy. I think 16 Outfitters and some others had it for like maybe $200. But even at $200, I think it looks pretty great. What do you think, Leo?
It's well worth it. It's well worth it. I mean, come on. Vincent D'Onofrio, if you want to actually have it, it looks exactly like him. If they keep it at this particular sculpt, I mean, I think the paint everywhere from the paint app, it looks like you're looking at him right now. Even when I'm looking at the tailoring of the actual suit, you see, it didn't get to me. It didn't hit me as quickly as it did when I saw. If you keep scrolling,
yeah, let me get the next one.
If you keep going and keep going. Keep going. This. When I saw this, I was like, yeah, I'm sold. And I was already sold from the jump, but I was like, yeah, I'm sold. I enjoyed the Netflix Daredevil. That was one of my favorite shows. Just his incarnation of he was made to play this role. Like no one else. I couldn't picture anybody else picking up the mantle and playing this role. He was made to play this role, and he killed it. The blood splatter across the suit, across the head sculpt. And I'm guessing you're going to get actually 2 head sculpts with this figure. $185, $200 is well worth it for this figure. And again, Soosoo Toys, bro, they kill it. They are killing it right now as a third party company, they are killing it. And you know what I mean? There are, and don't get me wrong, there are some third party companies that are suspect. But I think Soosoo Toys, they need to be licensed. They really, really need to, because they give us quality figures. They give us detail figures. You know what I mean? Again, they push the gamut. Like, they actually push that mallet for a lot of companies, you know, even Hot Toys, to kind of double down and give us product, because like they're challenging them right now. I mean, say what you will, Hot Toys, yeah, they're at the top of the mantle, but Soosoo's coming for that jugular, for real. They really, really are. And she's showing this and seeing this, I'm all in. I was all in anyway, but this is amazing, man. It's an amazing piece all the way down to the tailoring. You know, I love the blood splatter across the suit. It's so much presence, so much element, and it looks exactly like him, bro. So
Yeah.
I love it.
The one thing too, Leia, that I'm coming around to, and I'll let you go next, KG. But the thing I'm coming around to, 180 shipped for this compared to a Hot Toys is going to be at least 350. I mean, because a Hot Toys is going to be bigger than this probably. Like, this is 13 inches tall. Hot Toys is probably going to be bigger than that. And then you're probably paying 350 out the door at least. So is it probably going to be better? I would think, but this is really good. I mean, no doubt about it. And I think you're right. Soosoo has earned the right to get a license for something. They've earned the right with some of the figures they've put out. And, you know, I'm not always the biggest third-party guy, but with this, I mean, this is really good. So, like, I do think the head's a little slightly too small, but that can be fixed. But KG, what do you think about it?
Oh yeah, I'm with you, Will. I think this figure, I mean, Soosoo right now as a company, they're showing themselves that they can do much more than, you know, Hot Toys. You know, they do certain things, and there are consumers out there that want certain figures, certain characters they want on their shelves. And Kingpin, for this instance, I mean, for me, I always love the Daredevil series from Netflix. I've always loved that version of Daredevil, and I'm so glad that that version, Charlie Cox's Daredevil, is going to be coming to the MCU, and also Kingpin, Vincent D'Onofrio. And
Spoilers, bro. I'm just kidding. Go, sorry, KG.
No, it's all good.
He's famous, Mario. It's fine.
I kind of got scared. I was like, whoa, okay.
No, you're good, KJ. You're good.
No, but honestly, like, there are certain third-party figures out there that I'm really interested in getting, but this one I'm like this close into getting. But I'm a little worried. I just want to see the final product first, because I was gonna get the Green Menace, but for some reason just didn't make the cut for me. It might maybe in the future, but right now that's not on my plate. But figures like this that, you know, you can interchange the outfit, and you're getting 2 head sculpts. I mean, nowadays Hot Toys, they don't even give us 2 head sculpts anymore. I think the last figure that we're getting that will have 2 head sculpts, I think the Pennywise clown, right? So, I mean, so things like this we don't get from Hot Toys anymore. I mean, I think Soosoo they need the license. I mean, if they're willing to make characters from the Daredevil, and who knows, you know, maybe X-Men, classic X-Men, I would get on that, classic X-Men from the comics. So, I mean, if they do that, I mean, listen, Soosoo is another, competition for Hot Toys for sure. I mean, this figure's great. I want to see it enhanced. So when I see Lael's take a position on this figure, it might push me to go pick this figure up, and also this Daredevil right here too.
Yeah,
and I think they're making Hero Lawyer, right? Is that them?
Yeah,
2.0.
They're making a 2.0 version of this. I have this black suit,
Amazing.
Daredevil, and it's incredible. Like, it's an incredible piece.
Yeah, I want to get that one.
And that was one of the reasons why, you know, again, having, you know, this was an iconic scene, you know, on film, on camera. So, you know, to kind of reenact this, it's worth it.
And the thing is, too, the price. I mean, if you look at the price between Hot Toys, let's say, for instance, Hot Toys did this figure right now. This version, as we're talking, same accessories, same everything. You're looking at a good $290 to $320. That's not even including shipping and tax for the figure, just because of the size, the accessories. I know there's a website called TNS Figures, and they're super reliable. They're actually selling this for $185 shipped.
Yep.
And it's so worth the price. And when I see that, I mean, like, come on, for $185 for a figure like that, it's so worth it. It's just, why not? I go for that.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and like you said, TNS. There's Giant Toy. There's definitely Kit. I think has it 1/6 Kit. So I mean, there are some good, like, 185 ship for this. Like you guys said, like, you're gonna pay a hell of a lot. I mean, I'm kind of the boat that we should wait and see what Hot Toys does over the next month. But if this is gonna sell out before then, and you want it, then go for it. But
I'm not, and the thing is because again, Hot Toys is fine, and we know that basically they're sitting on top of the mountain. But sometimes we give them a little bit too much credit.
Yeah, maybe.
You know what I mean? And the more we do that, the more they tend to hike up those prices on those figures. You know what I mean? Like, yes, they're going to make this. Well, who knows? Well, you know what? No, they're going to make this figure. They're going to capitalize on the heat. You know what I mean? There's a lot of attention on Hawkeye as a series, but on the simple fact that yes, everybody wanted this character to come back, and a lot of people were talking about, well, that version with the the Hawaiian suit. I mean, the Hawaiian shirt. That is comic book accurate. That is, it's an accurate. It's not inaccurate. It's accurate to the actual comic. So yes, they will. But I guarantee you that thing would probably be almost $300. Like literally, it'd probably be $350 or not $350, but like $315 or $305.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot for that figure. So I mean, I know they're going to do it. Why not get something like this that's a bit cheaper? And if you, like I said, if you do decide that you want to get multiple versions, that's fine. That's cool. There's a lot of people who are fans of Kingpin, but I'm just not. With this, I just don't want to wait, and it's not going to really make sense for me to wait, considering the simple fact that I have this black suit Daredevil anyway. Yeah. It's going to go well against that figure. I don't have any other figure to stand next to that figure right now. I mean, mind you, I can pose him with different figures, but different characters, but within the MCU. But it just makes sense to get this figure. So
there's options. There's options.
A lot of options. Yeah.
So John, what do you think?
I think it looks great, mate. I think it's. I was thinking about what you guys were saying, and I agree with everything you're saying. It's a great looking figure. I was thinking, if I was Hot Toys, and Hot Toys, if you're watching, Howard Chen, I'm free to work for you if you need someone to come into the offices and help you out some business stuff. If I'm Hot Toys and Soosoo keeps growing like this, I buy them out and have them create all the characters that they're not creating, like
That's
these
an
characters,
excellent idea.
but have them working for them. So you have them working for them, you buy out the smaller competition, you eliminate the competition, you have them working for you, doing the characters that you can't be bothered doing, you give them your resources and access to your facilities, then you can bump up the quality a bit and take the money that they're taking from you by doing these characters. So Howard, if you want to just hit me up on my on Instagram or whatever, more than happy to help you set that up, brother.
John, could you imagine them making like the Black Order, them making Okoye and Baku, like characters that we're not getting that are be like this quality? Like that's a great idea.
Yeah,
you buy them out and you get them doing all the ones that you don't want to do. Easy, boom, there goes your competition, and now you're pumping out more product.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like characters that everyone wants that we're not getting, but they're not quite like Iron Man, but they're the characters that people do want.
Yeah,
100%,
that's a really
man, Yeah.
So that's I don't know. I was just thinking about that when you were talking about it, because their quality is really good and it's getting up there. And if you're talking about competition, if Hot Toys is thinking like a business, then that seems like a pretty smart move. If you get them to join the team, and keep doing these figures, but just under your umbrella.
Yep.
That would be awesome.
Yeah,
I don't know if it'd be good for us. In the sense of price, because they might bump the price up more, but you would definitely get more Hot Toys official figures, maybe with a bit better quality. But yeah, this figure is great. Like, I think it's a great effort. Like, it looks amazing. And it's way cheaper than KG's figure. Come on, KG.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
like, that much, mate?
That's
Holy
saying something,
moly.
right? I mean, it is licensed versus unlicensed, so I feel bad a little bit for Aug Toys because they're paying for the license. But, yeah, I mean, you're getting 2 outfits, 2 head sculpts. I mean...
Yeah,
like it's 2 shirts and all that. So yeah, so Mario, what do you think?
This is an absolute phenomenal piece, man. I mean, this figure, the way they captured the likeness of Vincent D'Onofrio's. I mean, the head sculpt is amazing, and on top of that, they gave us a bloody version along with the bloody shirt and the vest. Did you guys notice the details in the vest? All floral patterns in there. That's incredible, dude.
Yep.
Now I'm looking at it right now for $151. That's an insane price where I found it right now.
Plus shipping, though, probably.
Yeah, it's plus shipping. I don't know.
So
I don't know
it's probably going to be like 180, like the other ones.
Possibly, possibly, but still, I mean, it's an absolutely banger of a piece. So, and it's a hell of a deal. Again, I mean, imagine if this was, we did say it earlier, if Hot Toys were doing it, I mean, how much more, I mean, do you guys think it could be any better than this? I mean, this is looking pretty damn good.
The problem is it's not going to be the same because it's not going to be blood. It's going to be Hawkeye Kingpin. So it's going to be, it depends if you want this version.
Yeah.
I think the sculpt,
but
this
I'm
is
talking
amazing
about as far as like
sculpt.
the quality.
I think it could be. I mean, this is amazing, but Hot Toys is just, they are what they are, and like they're the king for a reason. So, and like Lael said, maybe sometimes we do give them too much credit. Maybe it would come out and you're like, maybe it's about the same, or and then if it's like the same quality, then absolutely buy this one.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
the sculpt is like almost Hot Toys quality. I mean, it's there.
It is.
It's crazy. It's
The thing is that I kind of worry about is that what if in hand? I mean, yeah, everything looks great in these photos, but receiving it in hand, how are the materials of the actual the fabric, the suit itself? Talking about a bunch of loose threads and stuff like that. If it's like really kind of cheaply made, I'm just curious about it because I really don't know as far as like whether it be Soosoo Toys or any other third party company how well their materials hold up, in hand, because I've seen some with the Ebony Maw, for example. I've seen some pics to where, they kind of disintegrated out of the box a little bit. So I'm just kind of curious about that as well. But, I mean, that aside, it looks absolutely amazing. And I think for what you're getting for the price, you can't beat it.
yeah.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah, for the price you can't. So before I get to you, Anthony, Mugwump, I don't know if that's the name pronounced correctly. Thank you so much, Mugwump. Given this is the only Netflix Punisher we'll likely be getting, it's an absolute must for me. It looks an absolute gem. So I think maybe Netflix Kingpin. But I mean, this could kind of go with Punisher type situation. I guess you could have a Netflix universe display. But yeah, and Andy said Soosoo uses single joints. Is that problematic for you guys?
That's not good.
Not necessarily.
I don't know if that's
Not
true.
necessarily
But
It
because
looks
Wait,
good right here.
Will, if you go through the pics, maybe if we can see if
yeah, see, I don't know because everything he's got the code on. I don't think you'd be able to tell, right?
For those who can
know.
pose, I mean, John, Lael, I wouldn't imagine single joints are a problem for you guys to pull off the kind of pose that you guys really want,
Well, see, it's strange though because I have the Negasoni's teenage
Warhead.
Yeah, I have that figure and it's not single jointed.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
but how's
not.
that was
the
a while ago.
Daredevil?
Yeah, it's not. So I mean, I don't know. It may be that way for certain figures, but not all. Not all of them are. Even with Nightwing, that's not single jointed.
Interesting.
Interesting. Yeah, that's interesting discussion. So, Anthony, what do you think about the Boss Man?
Perfect, man.
You were thinking about pineapple pizza, bro. I know what you're doing.
You know what? Look, it is about as perfect as this, man.
Oh, hold on. Let me
It's
show
here.
you, bro. Let me
It's
show
here,
you.
but I'm not. Oh, you want to see it again?
Yeah,
It's
show me
here.
pineapple pizza.
you go.
Ooh, that looks pretty
Ooh-wee.
good, bro.
Dude, that's pretty good, bro. My camera,
Yeah, that
dude,
ain't bad. That ain't bad.
No, it ain't bad.
Send me
bro.
some. I'll bring it over, bro.
Yeah.
You more than happy, man. No, listen, it's dude, he looks badass, man. The fact, just like Leo Mario, it's two sculpts, man, and two suits. Like for that price, yeah, okay, it may be a little chintzy. We don't know until it's in hand, but that for the price, that's something that you can kind of gloss over because that head sculpt is amazing. And even if he's single jointed, the type of character that he is and the kind of poses that you'd be doing with him, I don't think that'd be a problem. Again, it all comes down to the price too, what you're paying for. And dude, it's banging, man. Like, and if Hot Toys does theirs from Hawkeye, that's fine, because that won't fit. That won't fit into like our other figures that we have, like our Daredevils or our other third-party Daredevils or Punisher. So yeah, dude, I'll probably end up getting him anyway, just so we can go with my Daredevil.
Yeah. And so
Here's a question. Will,
Yeah, so go ahead, John.
if I can. I was going to say, if he came out and you didn't know it was Soosoo and you thought it was Hot Toys, would we all be thinking that this is a Hot Toy? You know what I mean? That's how good the quality is.
It's a great question.
I feel like.
Like if you put a blindfold and said, okay, like, or take off the label of who it was made by, you might.
We would know. I think we would know. There's a certain, you can tell, man. Like when you go to all your figures, I mean, we all have so many, right? You look at every single one and then you pull off a third party. You can tell, you can feel the difference. The weight's off a little bit. Yeah. Not to discount anybody, because
no, you
Hot
can,
Toys
but this is starting to reach Hot Toys level for sure.
But they're getting there. Specifically, Soosoo Toys. They've been
Soosoo is getting there.
Climbing every release.
Right. And someone had a really sorry. Go ahead, Anthony.
No, that was Lyle.
That was Lyle. Sorry.
No, what I was going to say is, here's the thing. Like, and I've said this before, in terms of head sculpt, Hot Toys all the way. I mean, we know that they really produce some really, really good sculpts, and so yeah, they're catching up. In terms of articulation, I will choose Soosoo Toys every single day. Every single day. When it comes to articulation, I will choose them over Hot Toys any day.
Really?
Literally. There is no restraint. Like, literally, the articulation is there. Any day, I will choose them. Like,
So
literally.
that's a big consideration then, yeah.
Like, literally, any day. Because they know how to, especially when it comes to fabric, when it comes to how, they, even with the tailoring, they make it so it's not really as straining. There's not a whole bunch of fat suit quality under it.
Yeah, where you're like really pushing it,
Mando.
like
it's not. They make sure, like, literally the articulation with them is incredible. So I would take them any day as far as articulation over Hot Toys. Case in point, I was so, as much as I love, now don't get me wrong, I love the Arkham Harley. I have that. I love it. There's not much I can do with it other than just character poses.
Right.
Same for, anybody who actually has Fat Thor. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
Ray.
Or you know what I mean? Well, I don't know, because Ray, I can
Ray's a little
actually
different.
I can move around a bit.
Yeah, but you can't ban those elbows. That's the problem.
Yeah, regardless of that portion of it, and that's the thing, is because you got to be careful, especially with those seamless arms.
Seamless, yeah.
But as far as articulation when it comes to Soosoo, I would choose them any day when it comes to figures, man, because it's just
I'd
basically
agree.
it's how they tailor these figures. Like, they know how to do it. And the same way for even when it comes to Toys era Green Goblin. Like, that figure is incredible, bro. Like, that literally, when that was released, I would have said that was runner up for like top 5 figures of the year, because it's that incredible. Like, it is. Like, how they did it was incredible. So that's what I'm saying. Like, Hot Toys, yes. When it comes to articulation, yeah, we already know. I mean, not articulation, but head sculpt and sculpting, and even in a sense tailoring. Yes, we'll give them that all day, because their attention to detail is bar none. But they fail on articulation. They really, really do, depending on the figure, because the suit or the quality of that material is so restrained. And on top of that, how often are they going to keep using these fat suits, man? Like, literally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like we heard, like, Howard Chan talk about, like, he didn't make these figures. So he made them because he likes to play with them. That's what he basically said when he first started the company. Well, if you like that, how?
Yeah.
Like, how the hell are you doing it? Like, you know what I mean? Show me. Like, let me know. Because the thing is, it's like we got to maneuver around certain things, and it's like you got to be careful, extra careful with certain figures. Certain figures, believe it or not, I will not pose because I'm just too fearful. Spider-Man, I'll push the limits all day. Iron Man, I'll push the limits all day. Certain figures, I'll whatever. But it's the same, when we go to Soosoo, that black suit Daredevil, that Nightwing, yes, all day.
Fabric. Yeah,
It's not. But so that's what I'm saying. Like, with this, I know I'm going to get what I want from it. And then on top of that, it's like, how much, even if it was, say for instance, even if it was single jointed, we're talking about Kingpin here. He's not.
Yeah, he's cool that way. He's just
agile.
duking
You know
it
what I
out.
mean?
he
He's just
doesn't
cool.
need to
He's
be.
just a
He's not
brute.
Spider-Man, yeah.
He's a brute.
Yeah.
Like, he's just a murderer.
Kind of like Vader, It's like, yeah.
Slamming the door, somebody's hit until it falls off. Literally, what? He's a brute. So, for the price, I'm doing it. I'm doing it because
That's
it's a
fair, bro.
beautiful looking figure, man. I cannot. And that blood splatter, man. As gory as that looks, it's beautiful.
That is sick.
Yeah,
And Hot
it looks
Toys is
great.
never going to give you that.
Yeah, that's something
No.
Hot Toys won't do. Like, they just, you know what I
they're
mean?
not
Oh no.
gonna do
Oh
that.
no.
At all. Well, especially because it's Disney too. They're not going to be like, hey, you can put this type of. That's kind of the counter. I think for me, like for some of these third parties, like the unlicensed, they can get away with things that like Hot Toys can't get away with.
Yeah.
And Leo's right, man. The articulate, because I don't know if you have the Dark Spider, right? The Spider-Man Noir.
Oh hell.
fucking dude.
That fucking figure is amazing, bro.
Right? Amazing.
You can pose that
dude.
thing in it, bro. Even
Upside
with,
down, twist them,
bro,
contort them.
you can do anything, regardless. Even with that actual figure, even with the pleather, even regardless.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, it's fine.
And
It doesn't,
mind
like-
you, It hasn't brittled. It hasn't fallen
Nothing.
apart. That figure is another figure that could stand the test of time and be noted as
Amazing.
figure of the year, and probably one of the most slept on figures, bro. I'm telling you, Soosoo Toys kills it. And guess what? We are about to get Gambit, and guess what else? We are going to get a Rogue. Mark my words.
The
And I'm
Cajun
in
card
for
dealer,
it.
bro. I got
I'm
him.
all
I
in
got
for
him.
Aren't they
coming as
making
soon as he's ready.
Bloodsport too?
Huh?
They're making Bloodsport too.
Hell yeah, they're making
Yeah.
Bloodsport too.
See, Bloodsport is definitely one I think I'll be in on. For
Yeah,
sure.
me
as long as
too.
it's good. As long as it's good, I'll be in on that.
Bro, and that's what I'm telling you. They're giving us the figures that no one else will. That's why when it comes to third-party figures, Soosoo Toys is at the top of my list.
Yep.
Because they always give me what I want, bro. Like, literally give me what I want. And I'm excited about it. I can't wait.
That's why John's idea is so good. But
Well, kind of, dude. Kind of, but not really. And no, I mean only because.
That hurts, Anthony.
Well, no,
You're breaking his
no,
heart.
No, I'm just kind of bringing a counterpoint to it because
No,
on
go
one
ahead.
hand, I don't want Hot Toys to take out the competition because then it's still going to come to that lackadaisical. They're like, hey, well, no one can really, mess with us now, and we can charge what we want and this and that. And whereas here, if they did buy them out, we're not giving a bloodied Kingpin, bro. Again, they're
Good
not.
point.
So it's cool
That's
that
fair.
if you have somebody who still has enough, like, competition where Hot Toys looks at that and they're like, damn, okay, we either need to step our game or we need to lower our prices because these guys are kind of getting on our level now.
Yeah,
That's
what I
fucking
meant. Anthony. I
awesome
meant
for
like
all
it's
of
good
us
for
because
Hot.
we
It's
win.
good for them.
Yeah, we
them
win
if they
because
buy
either
that.
Hot Toys has
Yeah.
to improve or drop their prices to some
Exactly.
extent.
Yeah.
That's
And we
if they're
get
not
these
that
cool things
arrogant.
and don't let
to-
you do. Sorry,
Yeah,
go
that's
ahead,
if they're
Mario.
not that arrogant. That's if they're not that arrogant to like follow that suite. You know what I mean? So they can have their heads so far up their ass where they're thinking like, you know what, we don't need to improve on anything, regardless of how well these companies are doing. Look at this damn Toys Godfather. I've talked about it all the damn time.
know,
bro.
You know,
Right.
so
That thing's amazing.
Thing is
I'll be right
it's
back,
amazing.
fellas.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy phenomenal.
You
for
know,
what
I'm
they
talking
do.
about
And
Game
you would
Toys
put it
first,
and
so.
would you basically put that up as like one of your top 5 figures of the year?
It is
Yeah, I think
number
it's
one,
number
hands
one.
down.
Yeah.
That's
See?
my number one, hands down,
See?
easily.
yeah.
Easily.
Yeah, for
You know,
sure.
so
And that's not
com-
even third party
competition is-
layout.
is a
Yeah,
great
that's
thing.
just showing you like Hot Toys does have competition. And then Leo,
They
I've
do.
raved about this Game Toy Sephiroth up here. So
Yeah,
that
that's
thing's
what I'm
insane.
saying.
So, but yeah.
You can't. Here's the thing, and I agree. Like, I wouldn't want Hot Toys to take over this company because the simple fact that they'll restrict them from doing certain things. This is like, for instance, Netflix had Daredevil. You know what I mean? We got everything that we needed from that actual show, which made it a phenomenon. Why they canceled? Well, they canceled it for a specific reason after a certain season, but now that how Disney has the license to both Matt Murdock and they have all these characters that they can actually play with, they're going to dumb them down, bro. Like, they are really going to dumb down. Only there's some pluses and there's some minuses. The pluses is that we're going to actually see Daredevil in his rarest form. We're going to see who Daredevil really is as far as his sensory, his agility, and everything. They're going to probably even give him a better suit. So that's a plus. The minus is, if you're looking for violence, if you're looking for violence on that particular level, then you're probably going to be a bit disappointed. That's the same way I see when it comes to Hot Toys versus Soosoo. If they were to basically buy them out, then they would restrict. On top of that, they say, no, you need to use this,
Yeah.
you need to use that.
Yep.
And on top of that, like I said, those prices that we know and love when it comes to Soosoo, bye-bye. We're never going to see it again.
Yeah, I think I'll clarify what I meant was like it's a good move for them to buy them.
Yeah,
what I mean.
yeah,
It's not
yeah.
necessarily
Yeah,
a good
you
move
did
for
preface
us.
that. Like, towards
Gotcha,
the end,
gotcha.
not be
What you
great
could
for
also
us.
do, I used to work for a music store over here, right? And they ended up owning two different types of. So the one company owned two different music stores with two different names.
Yeah.
And the thought process behind was that is if you had a bad experience at one, you go to the other, but in the end, they're still getting your money. So they could even do something where nobody knows they've purchased them, right? So they can keep doing their other thing. I'm just thinking if they were smart and they wanted to capitalize on and getting rid of competition, that would be a smart move for them to do.
Yeah.
And maybe for someone in Soosoo Toys that, if you're trying to get licensed, it could be a good way to get to a point where you can sell your business and make a bit of cash and, cash in on something like that. Whether they would do it, I doubt it. But I
Man,
just think
look,
that,
I just want
it would
Soosoo
be-
Toys to give me my 1/6 scale Mario with the swap out beard. I'll take
Bro.
that every day. Like,
Mario needs to be
you
made.
can swap it out, make it like lower. You can make it
Yes.
longer. You know what I mean? You can give it like a Disney backdrop. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Give me that all day.
Yeah, bro.
Bro, I got them right here.
Guys, amazing chats for real. Thank you so much, Ash. Again, $7.99 super chat. Hope everyone had an awesome Christmas and got lots of hot toys. Hope you guys did as well. I know, Leo, you got the Miles. Did anyone else get any figures for Christmas?
Oh my God, man! I'm so happy.
No.
I got Rex.
No,
Ooh,
but I
that's a good one,
did
KG.
buy
What about
myself a figure for Christmas.
That counts. What did you buy, Anthony?
I did too.
Lando was on the way.
Oh, me too.
Nice.
And Leo, because
sir.
you got Miles, who else did you buy? Oh, Cap. Cap.
So my mother, like I said, I mean, she, you know, God bless her, man. She actually wanted to get me something because I got her like her, you know, she wanted these Beats headsets and she wanted these slippers. So she got like these really, really cool slippers that she wanted, and I got her like the Beats headsets. Among other things, you know, mother, you know, once she gets older, they get spoiled. You know, you gotta spoil
Exactly.
them.
Yep.
All mom dukes, man. This
Yep.
is the way it is. We love our moms, so we gotta spoil them. But she wanted to get me something, and you know, I was like, Mom, nah, it's okay. I said, it's not, bro. She's like, no, I'm gonna get you something. So, again, she watches the show. You know, her, my sister, everybody. Shout out to Mom Dukes for watching the show and being a supporter. So she watches the shows, and she knows that I love Miles. So she went to Sideshow and got me another Miles for Christmas. You know, I'll take another Miles all day.
That figure's amazing.
Miles is like I said, my #1 figure of the year. Like literally, that's because I love Miles that much. But so she got that, and again, like I said, company that will not be named. We will not talk about it on the show. I was able to basically pull off and actually get the Captain America 2012 version for $217 shipped. I was not passing it up. As soon as I saw it, I was like, "Hey, Will, 270." Now, mind you,
That's a win, bro.
I already hit buy, but then I just wanted to clarify my buy by hitting up Will. But like, Will, 270 shipped. Good deal. Yeah.
I was like,
All
hell
right,
yeah,
cool.
bro.
So I hit him up, I hit Brendan up, everybody, because I just wanted to clarify that, listen, that I was doing the right thing. And I was like, yeah, okay, cool. 217 ship compared to how much it would actually cost even through Sideshow with shipping. I was like, yeah, give me that. I'll take that
Dude,
all day.
$259 plus shipping and tax. Yeah, you
Yeah,
killed it.
right. Yep.
That's so good.
Yeah. And guys, before we get to the next question, so Sean Bean in the house, S.Beam. Do you feel that if KG and Gurney figures don't sell well, we won't get any others from the film? So buy KG's figure, please. Duncan Idaho and Duke Leto would be great. Hey, chat, hit the like button for this all panel. Thank you so much, Sean Bean. But yeah, that's a good question. What do you guys think? I mean, I think they're probably committed. They got the license. They're probably committed to make the rest of the line, at least a couple more figures. Probably
I want Jason Momoa next.
Jason
Come
Momoa,
on, give me Jason
Zendaya,
Momoa.
and
Come on.
probably maybe Rebecca
Yeah.
Ferguson.
Oh, Rebecca Ferguson all day.
Yeah,
Like,
I
she
think
was
that.
she was an MVP of that movie for me. Like literally, she was
was
MVP.
great.
It's a
She-
deep line. You could really go
killed it.
deep into that film. You can make Oscar Isaac's character. You could make what's the Skarsgård guy's character? I forget his name. The guy who floats.
Baron.
Who wasn't
Baron.
in this movie?
Baron.
Man?
Stellan
Yeah.
Skarsgård.
I know, bro.
Crazy cast.
Mario, the cast is insane, man.
It is.
Yeah, that's
It's
a hell of a
That'll
insane.
be
song,
interesting
man.
to see too. Like if they do a Jason Momoa, then you have like a reference point of this company versus, you know, a Hot Toy Aquaman, for example.
Anthony, are you eating?
He's eating that pineapple pizza, bro.
Come on,
I don't
bro.
know what you're talking about.
He's a professional, man.
Let the
You don't gotta hide that.
Yeah, I know. You can eat it, bro.
Nah, I don't want to be rude.
Nah, it's all good, bro. Word nerd. So, question: as we extol the merits of Soosoo, aren't they at risk of not being bought but eliminated altogether? What do you guys think about that?
What is? Hold up. Let me see.
What?
So he was saying we're debating the merits of Soosoo. Aren't they at risk of not being bought but eliminated? So I guess he's saying if they get enough attention, Hot Toys and Sideshow and all them could come after them and shut them down. So
Didn't that kind of already happen before?
Happened with
Wasn't
Classic Loki.
Disney-
Classic Loki. Yeah.
Yeah, but wasn't there like Disney going after a bunch of these third-party companies trying to shut everybody down?
yeah, it
Also,
happened
so-
a couple months back, I think. Soosoo's
Yeah,
definitely the
Warren.
prime target
Yeah.
because Soosoo's the best.
Yeah.
Soosoo's
Yeah, but they
the
just
best,
go
so
ahead
they're
and
gonna
make
go after
another-
them hardest.
They make another name and the cycle never. It just
Yeah,
continues.
exactly. And isn't Soso like a third iteration of something else of some other company?
It's also like
No,
2 or 3 companies, I think.
Yeah.
To be honest
Yeah,
with you,
so-
really.
they all
So
have like
it happens. They get eliminated, then they come back again underneath another name. So
right, like Infamous and Toys R Us.
they're not. Yeah, they're not going anywhere.
No, they'll be around. Like they'll be
They
around.
better not. I'll snap out if they did, bro.
Well, you
I'd
guys are
literally
exactly
get
right
pissed
though.
off,
I'm with
man.
you guys. Like for Leo, you're right. Like they are pushing Hot Toys and they're making characters that we love that we wouldn't get otherwise. So that's a win for everybody.
Yeah.
And they're doing it at a really high quality. Like I said, Leo, I would have been way happier if Soosoo did the Black Order compared to Toys Era.
Yeah.
Like if Soosoo did the Black Order, I would have probably been all over that because I feel like
Yeah.
Soosoo is just a step above.
So I mean, the thing is, bro, like they take the time, and you know what's really dope about them, bro? They listen and they ask questions.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing is, bro, it was crazy because they put out, this, they always do it every week, where they ask the fans and everybody like what figures what they want to see, stuff like that. So everybody was posting. I put up, yo, please give us Rogue. And it got like 65 up to 70 something. Like they actually saw it and they put it. They put like a laugh emoji and then said shh. And then inbox man was like shh.
Okay.
So I was like, okay,
That's confirmed,
Okay,
then, yeah.
okay, I'm cool with that.
Didn't they just tell you to shush and you're over here running your mouth, bro?
Hey, they put it up for everybody to see it.
Damn.
Already,
Yeah, it's
so
fine.
hell yeah, I'm ready. Let's go.
Damn, Leo, Toya
Let's go.
saying pineapple pizza's her favorite.
Yes, Latoya. Yes.
She does, bro. She's a foodie, bro.
Okay.
She's a foodie. So her being a foodie, bro, she loves pretty much everything, man.
You
So,
gotta keep your partner well fed, dude. It's just
yeah.
See, guys, look, if you caramelize the pineapple, you got the saltiness of the ham, and you got the caramelized sweetness of the pineapple.
John knows what's
Come
up.
on, Anthony.
Nah, bro.
Yeah,
I know.
that's
Yeah,
what's
dude.
up.
That's why, dude. Yeah.
I'll try it sometime. I'll try.
shout out to Toya T for the amazing 22 millimeter lens for Christmas. Thank
Nice.
you very much,
Toya.
baby. Love you for this.
Nice.
Hey, that's
is a real one.
are you using it right now?
As he just tosses it.
No, I'm not using it right. No, it's not in the box.
In the box.
It's not in the box. I already got it on the camera. It's already on the camera.
I'm only saying because that's exactly what I'm using. The pancake, the 22.
Oh, are you
Yeah.
nice? Yeah, have a
I
24.
don't actually have it. Now I took a couple of pictures. Oh my God. Like literally, I took a couple of pictures under the right lighting. I got the right amount of, as a matter of fact, hold on. If I can show y'all this really quick.
Yeah,
Ooh,
bro.
show and tell.
I think
Love to see it.
Mario appreciate this one. I gotta pull it
Oh,
out
yeah.
really quick. If I can, because I haven't connected to the. I gotta get with Will later on because Will is my technical advisor.
Me and Optical, bro.
But look at like so far. Like for instance, look at this Killmonger, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Ooh.
See, your photography's going next level.
But hold on.
Yeah,
hold
nice job
That's-
with the shadows and the lighting, man.
bro. But here's the one that bugged me out, and this is the one that I know Mario will definitely love. Hold on, if I get to it real quick. Here we go. Mario.
What'd you do? Ooh.
There we go.
Ooh, dude.
I love the
nice.
lights in the back too. That's
Nice.
awesome.
Mario, bro, that 20,
Dude, you captured that hood sculpt, man. The way you
bro.
put in-
I'm telling you, it takes my photography to a totally different level. This people sleep on this pancake lens. This motherfucker is dope. Like
Yeah,
literally,
it is, man.
It is. It's incredible.
Yeah. So we got another super chat. SpongeBob Squareballs. Thank you so much. SpongeBob, I received my YRT Miles 3.0 in school uniform. Oh, Young Rich Toys on Christmas Eve. Also, did anyone hear the rumors that Valkyrie would be getting a Disney Plus show? That would be sick.
What was that again?
Sorry. Let me do this layout. So he said Valkyrie might be getting a Disney Plus show.
Oh my God.
That'd be great because then we'd guaranteed get a
Valkyrie
figure.
figure. Yeah.
So yeah.
I
I would
bought
like
it
to see how she's running.
Endgame
she's running New
Valkyrie.
Asgard. That'd
Leo.
be sweet.
Endgame Valkyrie would have been sick. Like, why not make that one?
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what? Listen, if we get Love and Thunder and she's in it and we don't get a Valkyrie this time, bro, like, come on, man.
I think it'll happen. It
Come
has
on, man. Just all we want. Like, give us that. If you give us Valkyrie, you give us Okoye, you will never hear a motherfucking thing from me again. I
You
will
know
never
what's weird?
argue. Yeah.
To your point, they showed that off at the cons before, right? They had the Valkyrie set up from Ragnarok,
Yeah.
and they showed it with the jointed body, and then later on, months later, they did a seamless body.
Yep.
So you obviously think they were going to work on it, but not
Yep.
but not release it yet. I'm like,
Right.
Yeah.
well, what's the point of putting in that kind of work? And the sculpt and the paint, it looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
But for
See, the
them
only
to
thing I
Ragnarok
was
put that kind of
thinking-
work in and not follow up on it,
Ragnarok
it's
was
just
very
like,
popular
come on.
film. Yeah.
The only
Yeah.
thing I was thinking was, do you think there might have been a do you think it might have been a issue with licensing for that figure with Tessa Thompson, possibly with the head sculpt?
Maybe.
It's always possible.
You
They
never
always
know.
have that disclaimer that, pending licensor approval. So it's possible that it always falls through. So
See, and that's what I'm really starting to think about. Like, okay, with these figures and with these characters, we bitch and moan about the simple fact that they haven't released them yet, but there could be issues where they want to do it, but it's just the licensing issue when it comes to like the likeness and stuff like that. That could be a
That's
major
been on.
thing.
That could be it.
Best been on. Yeah, Harrison
Yeah.
Ford doesn't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's part of the problem too, right? That we often complain about. Well, talk about anyways. That Hot Toys doesn't really, like Leia was saying with the other companies, they don't really communicate with us,
No.
so we don't really know what the hell they're doing.
No.
They just put
Exactly.
something out, and they're like, "Oh, here's a figure." And
we're here talking about it. It's not like they don't have people like checking us out.
of course,
or other
they don't
streams
really
like
have
us.
like community managers or anything like
Sure.
that like interact with the public in that respect. So
Yeah.
we never really know. So we're just left with our own theories of, they just don't like this character, or we don't really
Yeah.
think about all that stuff.
And
But
that's
you're
the
right; it's
thing.
weird because they did improve it, and then nothing.
I want to be proven, because the thing is, honestly, like, because me and Will, we debate about this, but we debate in from a nice standpoint. I want to
Yeah.
be proven wrong. I don't want to think, and I don't want to call you something that you're not. I'll put it that way. So if you do it, then I'm starting to just kind of turn around and think, what, it could be these licensing issues. But again, like you said, just communicate with us. That's it. If you just let us know, like, look, just bear with us. And if they put down a disclaimer that, like, look, pending, licensing and depending, okay, cool. Then I'll give you that. But my thing is, okay, if pending, don't tease us with that shit, man. Just don't do it until you necessarily know that you have the licensing for it. Then do
point.
it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you
You're
don't have it,
generating
don't.
false hype.
Hell yeah, bro! Don't do that, because
was my
the
thing,
thing is,
Leia.
it's like you're doing that, right? But then companies like Soosoo Toys and say, "Fuck it, we'll just do it unlicensed," and then you go after them because you're like, "Fuck, how are y'all doing and getting around the licensing?" And we're trying to fight for this shit. So I
Right.
guess there's some underlining issues there that we just don't really know. But all it takes is like a little bit of communication. Seriously.
I find it hard that someone, like, if you're an actor and they're saying, "Hey, can we give you money for your license?" that you're going to say no, unless you're asking for too much. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, what
why
if
would
it's a
you say
studio
no?
that has
And
a
with
license
how many
and not the
Iron Mans
actor?
they made, I mean, Robert
Yeah.
Downey's probably the most expensive, I would think.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, right. I guess. But maybe they didn't want to spend that. Maybe she's asking for a lot that they didn't think that it would.
Well,
be
it's
worth.
also you got
Maybe.
to figure, like, when you're going for Marvel, right? As far as MCU goes, we're kind of going on this journey together, right? Over the past like 10 years. So like Thor Ragnarok comes out, and then 6 months to a year later, it's kind of left in the dust, so to speak.
Yeah.
And now they're on to the next project. So by the time, and as long as these things take to make, by the time they could perhaps, they feel like their steam's already gone. And now we're on to, Guardians of the Galaxy or something. And you know what I mean? So things get lost. Whereas like Star Wars is kind of timeless because it is. So I don't know if they'll eventually revisit some of these old lines, kind of like how they do with Star Wars, or we're just screwed and we're never going to see them.
True.
Yeah. So, guys, another good super chat. Thank you so much. Poor man John Doe. Come on, Soso, bring on M'Baku. Yeah. Leo, I know both of us, all of us probably here. M'Baku, Soso,
Oh,
that
my
would be one.
God.
Hell yeah. If they make that shit, I would be on it.
Hell yeah. Give me that. Adore Melage, all that, man. I'm
Yeah.
all in. Seriously. Let's
Yeah,
And
go.
Melage,
Bloodsport,
yeah.
man. Come on. I can't wait to see that Bloodsport.
Oh,
I
that
wanna see
Bloodsport's going to be incredible, bro. Like, literally. I'm going to do a
Yeah.
live unboxing on that song.
Yeah, yeah. You and I both want that one.
Yeah, exactly. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So Ashley Chase, thank you so much. So generous. I'll see $30, $30.99 super sticker.
Nice.
Thanks so much, Ash. Appreciate it. You're amazing. Your support is just so consistent. I love it. Carlos, the 8.3 man himself. Carlos, $4.99. Thank you so much. This man Carlos gave Spider-Man No Way Home an 8.3. So
Wow.
Kick
we
him
like
out.
to mess with him.
Ban
He's such a good guy. He plays Battlefront with us. Like, he's such a nice guy. He's
It's all
so cool.
subjective.
Yeah, I know. It's all subjective.
Yeah,
It's fine. But yes, we got that. So guys, there's one more thing I want to get to real quick before we get to the Spider-Man talk.
The meat.
Yeah, before we get to the meat of the show, there's this, right? This is something, I don't know if any of you guys saw this. So Asmus recently announced just the other day a Nazgul from Lord of the Rings, right? $200, you know, plus shipping and tax and all that.
Ooh,
So this is pretty cool. Optical was going crazy for this, I know, because he's a big Lord of the Rings fan. Do any of you guys have an interest in this figure? I'll start with you, Anthony. I know all of us love Lord of the Rings, right? So
I'll tell you this.
yeah.
If I was into the Lord of the Rings line, okay, because I'm just as probably knowledgeable with Lord of the Rings as I am with Star Wars. Like, I love it. I just never got into the line. But with that said, bro, this is kind of a big deal for people collecting the line. Because, I mean, you can essentially army build these guys, you know, get a good amount of them. They don't seem that expensive. Granted, you know, you're not getting, you know, just at first glance much, but you really are. I mean, this thing looks pretty badass, man. Not gonna lie. Like, if I was in Lord of the Rings, I would be picking these guys up.
Like, dude, I'm not even deep in the Lord of the Rings line. I'm getting the Prime 1 Sauron, but I think I might get this.
It's pretty badass.
This
Yeah,
is
9
pretty
to be
cool.
exact, right? You got 3. Yeah.
What do you think, Mario?
You're gonna do it.
No, the same. I mean,
Lael knows me.
You're gonna do it.
considering Asmus' track record with Lord of the Ring, it was such a hit and miss. I mean, this is one that they absolutely, I don't see how they could possibly screw up. It looks amazing.
Yeah,
You know,
they can't really.
Yeah, no head
Yeah.
sculpt. Yeah.
exactly. I mean, if anything, I mean, not weather up the road, but they did. It's all tethered up, you know, worn, weathered. It looks great. And for $200, $200, I mean,
Look at that,
Yeah.
bro.
yeah, it's a banger looking piece,
Sick.
for sure.
Yeah.
So, and then for the opportunity to army build, like you mentioned earlier, yeah, that's a thing. That's a possibility. But no, kudos for Asmus for putting this out. This looks pretty damn good.
Yeah, I think
like it.
so too. So, John, what do you think? Are you a big Lord of the Rings fan?
I've watched the movies, guys, but I'm actually not that much into it, to be honest. So I don't even remember this character, to tell you the truth.
Gotcha.
He took the ring to Mordor.
Okay, there you go.
He's in the first one too. They try to hunt down Frodo and they fight Aragorn.
No, he isn't he the one that said you shall not pass? Isn't that this guy?
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
that's
yeah,
it, Mario.
That's this
right.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Gandolfini.
Yeah, I saw all of them in the cinema. I think I'm pretty sure I saw them all in the movies, like at the cinemas. But it's not something I'm not into it as much. I was more Game of Thrones. It was more my thing.
Maybe revisit
Lord
it.
of the Rings. Yeah, it could be something to revisit. Hey, yeah,
You know?
could be. It could be.
Yeah, and I
Yeah,
wanted
so
I wanted to show you something too, John. This is something that I think everyone should see. And someone was asking in the chat about this. So this is what they put out about this, right? They're talking about how the body is typical, like plastic and all that, but there's like alloy material.
Interesting.
So like the legs and the arms. So that's pretty cool.
That is
Why?
cool.
This is something Hot Toys would never do.
Right.
Wow.
So
That is
Asmus put
really
this
cool.
out talking about what the body's like, right?
So
Optical
they're
told me the
showing
original.
you what the body is.
Yeah, and Optical told me the original. There is like a little black, like just painted fully black flat head sculpt in there. But otherwise, yeah. And he said it's a new reworked body and all that with alloy and stuff.
Interesting.
wow.
So it looks like
That
they
is
said it
cool.
was cooperated too with Coup Model. I don't know, like the body. They like had like a articulated body that worked out by another company. So that's pretty cool. You are right, Anthony, about that. I mean, so
Interesting.
That is really cool. Didn't
that-
Hot Toys show something about where the diecast was in one of the Iron Mans, though?
I
I
think,
think when they
so.
first
did.
started, they did show that. Yeah. When they first started doing
Yeah,
diecast, they would
that's
highlight
interesting.
some of the diecast areas similar to what we see right here.
Yeah,
It looks
Yeah.
cool, though. It looks sick, man. He looks cool.
yeah. So what do you think, KJ?
Yeah, I'm with John here. I mean, I haven't even finished the first film yet. So I
Oh my
mean,
God, KJ.
for me, yeah, I'm not gonna get it. I mean, it's cool for I'm Lord of the Ring fans. Look, it's a great piece. I'm sure. Will, are you picking this up or?
I think I might. I'm gonna wait. I'm probably gonna buy it when it's released instead of pre-ordering it. Yeah.
Right. No, it's a great piece. I mean, it looks cool, but it's just not for me. Not for my collection.
Yeah. No worries. So Leia, what do you think?
I'm a Lord of the Rings cinematic fan. Pretty much I would say it's tough because I would say amongst trilogies, it's probably from just my opinion, my perspective, the third best trilogy of all time. I'm saying for me, third best. Because, of course, Star Wars is going to be my first. And they're going to hate me for saying this, but like literally like,
Austin Powers.
because Huh?
Austin Powers.
Austin Powers.
Nah, not at all. You know,
Say it, bro.
I'm a Potter fan, bro. I
Oh,
am.
dude, nothing wrong with that.
I'm a Harry
Nothing wrong
Potter
with
fan,
that.
bro. And the thing is, the reason why is there's an element of just holidays that brings it all together when it comes to family. My daughter loves Harry Potter. Like, you know, basically it's just, you know, a family thing for us. But then comes Lord of the Rings, bro, because I remember like it was crazy because, you know, around and people who, you know, saw it originally in theaters. You remember, like, you know, we got Lord of the Rings, we got Harry Potter. It was like one film was always released after the other. And you know, when we got the first, Harry Potter, we got a troll. Then we got Lord of the Rings, we got a cave troll. So you know what I mean. We, you know, it was always back and forth, but it was just the magic of having, you know, both IPs, you know, out there. So
Like
as far-
concurrently, like just
yeah,
kind of
like
rolling.
you know what I mean, just kind of rolling in together, like with just a whole magic theme and stuff like that. You know, where you had Gandalf, you also had Dumbledore, you know, stuff like that. So, but when it comes to the figure, or when it comes to collecting the figures, I haven't collected them at all. I've played the games, but I haven't collected any of the actual figures. So, it's a probably be a pass for me, but I love the film, so it's no disrespect to say that the quality of this figure, and I love the simple fact that they showed you the skeleton and how it was actually made. So yeah, I mean, for anybody who, if you are a Lord of the Rings collector, I wouldn't pass this up because it's an amazing piece, and especially if you want an army build, why not? That's dope to do so.
Yeah. I really hope they make a Witch King. A Witch
Yeah.
King would be crazy.
And,
I think they're
and if
going
they
all
do
in
that
on this line.
Nazgul, bro, yeah, that'd be dope.
Yeah, that's
Dude.
what I'm saying, bro. You could create, you know, even if they make a Sauron, I think a Sauron would be really cool. You know, he'd be big as hell, but you know, it would definitely be a
Sweet,
cool one.
man.
Yeah.
Dude, seeing these in the theater was just like that. Nothing really describes it, man. I mean, you know,
Right.
we saw like, you know, we go see Avengers or whatever, and even Spider-Man, and it's fun, but like the magnitude of the world, man, and like the battle for Helm's Deep and all this crazy, like when they're going down the tunnels with the camera. The theater was. I saw all these in the theater, bro.
Bro,
Yeah.
like the first, I mean, Fellowship of the Rings to me, I mean, yes, you know, Return of the King is incredible, but that scene when they basically went, I mean, especially when they went, when they were in the, and they actually ran into the Balrog first. I mean, the first after that battle, bro, that was incredible. Like literally, your adrenaline was going nuts,
Dude, yeah.
the entire time. So I mean, just the battle in Helm's Deep. Come on, man, like that.
Yeah.
That alone was, I mean, and playing the video game, yo, that was incredible. It was
Yo,
just
the
that
video
much-
games were sick.
The video
Yeah,
games
they
were
were fun,
crazy.
man.
It
They
was
need
just
a
that much-
remaster.
Yeah, they do, because it would be incredible. But yeah, I mean, again, anybody who's getting this, man, yeah, you're, it's just gonna be a treat for you. So, Will,
Yeah,
I
bro.
know you're gonna get it.
I
Dude,
think
I
so.
fell asleep watching Two Towers in the theater, man. I remember waking up
Really,
and then all of a
Mario?
sudden, I mean, when it first came out, I wasn't really into it. You know what really made me appreciate these films even more is setting down the time, or actually when I first got into it, setting down the time to really watch it because I really wanted to check it out, but to put them with the subtitles on, that kind of like opened it up to me, like, you know, a whole other world, you know, on another level. You know what I mean? So I really appreciated it more than what I remember just by putting on the subtitles. It was something so. I know not everybody.
Well, there's a
likes
lot
to
of
do
words
that,
in there that
but
aren't
yeah.
regular words too.
Sure.
It's
yeah,
all
and
fantasy,
I
so
wanted to
being
really
able-
follow
yeah.
the story. Yeah, to do that, it really made a big difference. So, and now I love them. And the only ones that I really watch is just like the extended trilogy.
That's all I watch is the
Oh,
extended,
yeah.
bro. You
Yeah.
can't watch theatricals.
Well, dude, that
Yeah,
those
man.
those Prime 1 Lord of the Rings statues, dude. Like, you know, I'm getting Sauron, but that
Oh my
Balrog and
gosh.
Gandalf was very tempting.
I want to see if I can work that somehow, bro.
You
I
think
don't
you're
know
gonna
where
find a
put
way
it.
to get it? It's so good, but I don't have the money or the space for it. So that's the
We can
problem.
always make the money in the space for it, bro.
That's true. I
It's
can
just
sell
a
some
matter of
stuff.
just trying to justify it. Yeah.
Yeah, it is great, but I'm
So,
getting
we'll see.
Sauron. I'm just gonna get that and call it a day. I think. You know?
Yeah.
That's big and expensive enough. So, guys, great discussion on this figure. Now we're going to get to something real quick. I want to give everyone sort of a spoiler warning because we are about to go into heavy spoilers for No Way Home. So if you have not seen No Way Home and you don't want it spoiled for you, please turn back now because we are about to spoil everything. So with that said, I'm going to leave this running on the bottom here. But guys, the first thing I want to talk about, I know we've all kind of given our thoughts. We've talked about what we like about the film. We've different streams, layouts, and others. So I kind of want to go into like some offshoot topics of it. Let's talk about this. How do we feel about the 3 Spider-Men? Like, I think we all love it, but I want to get everyone's thoughts. And I also want to get your thoughts on, would you buy all the figures for these 3? So, Leia, I'll start with you on this one.
Yes.
So, what was the experience like in the theater for you when these other 2 Spider-Men showed up? And what do you like? Would you get all 3 figures? What's the plan for you?
So here's the thing. It was crazy because, and I'm pretty sure everybody experienced the same thing when they went to the theater. First off, it was nice to see. Now, if there was fear of any type of pandemic, it wasn't at my theater because everybody, I mean,
Yeah.
There was lines everywhere, even at the concession. I actually managed to finally get I got the souvenir popcorn bin and because I always like to get in the souvenir of like these big tentpole films. But the lines were just incredibly long. Getting in the theater, basically seeing, or once the film dropped, people just applauding it right after the trailers. Once the film started, it was incredible. Now, people knew that these 3 individuals were in it. Like people knew. Come on, man. Like
Worst kept secret.
Like it was the worst kept secret. Like seriously, like everybody knew that, and it was, I think more of the attention was on Andrew Garfield because he was the most vocal about it. Less of Tobey Maguire. You know what I mean? He wasn't really talking too much about it, but seeing basically once I remember like just watching it, and once we got a glimpse, or when the portal opened and Ned was able to open the portal, they were calling Peter Parker, and when we got a glimpse of him, at first it didn't hit me at first, but as soon as we saw him look up and started running, and everybody was like, oh shit. Yo, as soon as he popped through that portal, like you would have thought somebody scored a touchdown or the Knicks had finally won a championship, bro. Like literally, like it went crazy. Like everybody was insanely loud. Like it was just all over everything, bro. Same thing is, I mean, it was more so for Andrew. Toby came through. It was they screamed and whatever, but people were so fascinated with Andrew Garfield. They connected to him because I think that he stood out. Like he really, really, really stood out in this film. Like, he was the most, emotionally someone you can connect to. You experience loss through him, and you can still tell that he was dealing with that loss, especially when he talked about Gwen. You know what I mean? And bro, like literally, I didn't know why I couldn't. The thing is, it's like, all right, you know a moment's about to happen, but you don't know the impact that moment's going to have on you once it happens.
Yeah.
And the very moment that he caught MJ and landed, bro, I got
Straight up,
choked
man.
up, like tears in my eyes, everything. And I was like, I didn't, because you felt it was vindication for him. And then when she asked if he was okay, it was like, wow. But bro, like it was a phenomenal experience in the theaters, and the thing is, I think yesterday, it was yesterday that they crossed $1 billion.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like they literally
wow.
crossed $1 billion yesterday, bro. Like on its way to, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. During the pandemic, that's phenomenal. And Sony and Marvel right now is sitting on the gold mine, bro. So I was seeing these characters on screen. I mean, it's safe to say that within about a year and a half, whatever, figure collecting is going to be taken to a whole new level, bro.
Yeah.
Like literally.
Yeah. So KG, how'd you feel about the 3 Spider-Men? And Leo, I think if I'm understanding, you would get all 3, right, for Hot Toys?
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt, right? Yeah.
No doubt. There is no doubt.
I don't think
in
it's
my
probably going to
mind.
be anyone on the panel is going to have any doubt,
There
but
is
I'm interested to
no doubt in my mind if they release these figures, especially, look, we talked about this last night. I know I am not amongst I'm amongst the majority who are saying, look, give us that give me the classic suit. You don't even have to give me a head sculpt. I don't care.
Oh, nah, bro.
Just give me the classic suit and I am all in. That vibrant blue, that red, everything about that is incredible, bro. That's all
It
I
has
need.
to be made. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So KG, what do you think, bro? Are you getting? I know you're the Spider-Man fan. You and Lael both. So your wallet's gonna be hurting quite hard, but you got Dune money, so you're good.
Dude.
You're in Willy Wonka. You got your own figure now.
Yeah, I got more projects coming in. No, dude, you had no idea. I mean, even when Ned was opening the prom, like I stood up. I was like,
KG stood up.
I
That's
literally
amazing.
screamed. I was just like, holy crap. And I mean, I knew it was gonna happen, but at the same time, it's like it's happening, So, yeah, I mean, yeah, these are definitely day one pre-orders. Like, Tobey Maguire's gonna be my first one, and Andrew Garfield, and we already have a bunch of Tom Holland, so I mean, I'm gonna also pre-order that as well. But yeah, I mean, I agree with Lael. I mean, Andrew Garfield was I think the most emotional Spider-Man in this film. I think I think he going back to the Amazing Spider-Man 2, where we saw Gwen's death. I actually rewatched the movie a couple of days ago, and then seeing it again, and it just shows kind of like sort of like a redemption for this version of Peter Parker. And when he said, "Are you okay?" and he's like, "Yeah, I'm fine," So, and then with Tobey Maguire, who's my own, he's my Spider-Man. I grew up with that version of Spider-Man, and hearing the theme song while seeing Doc Ock, he's like, "With the power of the sun in the palm of my hand," and it's just like seeing that scene. It's like, yeah, I mean, I teared up. I teared up throughout the third act of the film, and yeah, I mean, this movie was everything that I wanted it to be. I mean, seeing Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield back and reprising the role as Spider-Man. I love the scene where they're talking about his web situation, where it's like he's like, it's like breathing. I just I breathe it out. I just it's a thing. It was so funny. It's like I want to fight an alien and things like that. Yeah, I mean that scene alone was great. But yeah, I mean these characters. I mean the way they did it, and because we've seen in the past where when Spider-Man movies they have so many villains or so many characters, it doesn't do well. For instance, Spider-Man 3, it had 3 villains, it didn't do so well. The Amazing Spider-Man 2, it didn't do so well. But this film, including 3 Spider-Mans and 5 villains, and that time, that time, 2 hours and 20 minutes, it's phenomenal. I mean, the pacing was great. I enjoyed the movie. I felt it was a little short, but I think it's because I was so engaged with the film that the time just went. So it was a great experience, and I wish I can relive that experience again. And yeah, absolutely killer film. I'm definitely gonna I'm gonna be picking up almost every single figure from this film, all the villains and also all the Spider-Mans for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So John, what about you? What was your experience like with the 3 Spider-Man, and would you get them all? And just talk about your experience with it, I guess.
Yeah, mate. I'm definitely going to get all of them, and I'll in fact get other. I won't get other things next year when when they're coming out because I'm all in on this line. It's going to be one of my main focuses. For me, like we went and rewatched all the other Spider-Man films again. I grew up with Toby as well, so I actually loved him in the film as well. But I will tell you guys, in Australia, people don't make noise in the cinemas. People don't make noise in cinemas. In this movie, at 10 a.m., we went at 10 a.m. with our daughter. It was busiest I've seen it in years in the cinema, and people were making noise for one of the first times I've ever been a part of in a cinema experience down here, because it's just not a thing down here. People don't get loud. It's always about being quiet and respecting everybody else around so you can listen to the movie. But for us, it was loud. People were tearing up, cheering, clapping, crying. It was really awesome to be a part of that experience. And man, I just loved it. Like they had everything working against them to fail, really. With this much hype around a movie, I feel like when there's this much hype, it's very hard to live up to that hype. And they did it. And that just shows you how good they are over there at Marvel and, and Sony, I guess. It just, look at the moments we're talking about. We're not talking about the action sequences. We're talking about the character moments. And that's what they're so good at. No one's talking about, and most of the things I've watched, I'm not talking about the fight scenes or anything. It's all the talking, the camaraderie, the emotions. And for me, Tom Holland is my favorite Spider-Man, even though I grew up on Toby, and I thought he was the MVP of this movie. And I think I hope that he gets to do the other trilogy. I don't know if it's locked in yet or not, but I just think the way he played it in that movie, he brings the whimsical youth to it. I think that I like about Spider-Man, and I told KG this ages ago before this movie came out, that the first movie, this was like 3 films making an origin story for Spidey to get him where he's going to be. You know, he had the mentors, he loses the mentor, he finds someone who thinks a new mentor, and then he gets burnt and he learns to trust himself more so. And then this one, he becomes the man and goes against Doctor Strange because he knows what's right and he's becoming more of that man. And the film, you know, the way the film finishes up is just, if you go back over those 3 films now, this movie enhances both those other 2. Yeah. Even more so in his character arc and journey to getting him now to this point where he's back where everybody wants him to be with no help and all those extra things. And it's just masterful, mate. Absolutely masterful. So yes, I'm getting them all. I love it. I could talk about it all day. I want to go and see it again. We were actually thinking about going to see it again today, but it'll depend on my little one and whether she wants to sit in the cinema again for that long, because she kind of gets a little bored in the cinemas. So it'll depend how we can, whether we can convince her to do it or not. But one of my favorite movies, man. Just brought back so much nostalgia, and we cried probably like 3 or 4 times in the film. You know, I at least cried like 3 or 4 times, legit. And I love that. I love that a movie can, and that's what I love about collecting. Collecting for me is about embodying the films and the characters and the stories that we love, right? And for me, this film did everything, exceeded all expectations. So I'm hyped right now.
Yeah, me too. That's what I'm saying. Hot Toys needs to capitalize on the line for sure. But what do you guys think about this? Bob Dylan, the best moderator on planet Earth, said when Garfield said, "I got bitter, I stopped pulling punches," it got meta. I felt like he was talking about the burden of the role and pressures from Sony as much as he was talking about Spider-Man. What do you guys think about that?
Interesting.
Yeah, I thought a little bit when he talked about being the. Did he say something? Didn't he say something about being the second, like the sucky Spider-Man or something like that? Or like, didn't he mention something like that?
I don't know.
Like,
He
I
did
felt like
say
that
a
was
lot.
a little...
I feel lame after they talked about Toby fighting an alien, and he said, I feel lame compared to you guys. I want to fight an alien or something like that.
Yeah,
he
I
did
feel
talk
like that
about
was
a
a bit
lot
of a
how it
reference.
broke him, though. I remember he did interviews and he said the Spider experiments just experience kind of just broke him a little bit. I think just because he said it felt very commercial and it felt, you know, and that's why I felt like he didn't want to come back and do more.
The thing is, he said he enjoyed it. He enjoyed doing it. He just didn't know why it came into a complete abrupt stop, because he was into doing the 3rd film, and based off of what he told us, described to us about the script that they had for the 3rd film, it was when we were going to see Spider-Man, you know, really come into his own. We're going to really see like that turmoil between the struggle of losing, Gwen, his responsibility as a hero. Also his still, dealing with the simple fact that he thinks that, the loss of Uncle Ben, the loss of Gwen, the loss of her father, he still felt as though it was his fault. And also we were supposed to see Gwen visiting him, like as far as her, not her ghost, but just him seeing her, visions of her haunting him, of him feeling responsible, stuff like that. So he wanted to really dive deep into the character, but I think it was the simple fact that some of the views that they got from just the reviews that they got from the 2nd film, how people felt as though it tanked. Even though it made money, they felt as though it just kind of tanked when it came to like the story. It was a step away from what the first one brought. That a lot of that really, affected him. You know what I mean? Even what was happening within Sony at that point. So, like you said, I mean, it's a good point. I believe that everything that he was saying in that monologue that we heard on film, I think a lot of that was speaking to himself as well. You know what I mean? In terms of what he went through. So, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Bob Dylan. That's an amazing question. So, Mario, what were your thoughts overall on the 3 Spider-Men?
Now, I was, again, like everybody had mentioned, I was a bag full of emotions after the movie ended, and I thought everyone, all 3 of the men were absolutely incredible. Currently, I do prefer Tom Holland as Spider-Man. Anthony and I were having a discussion earlier about about this and how he disagrees, but I think just because I mean I don't really have any context to any of the comics, so I just appreciate whatever we're given on film. And to me, I think the overall design of the suits that he's had throughout the MCU have been closely resembled to the actual Spidey that I know of, in a sense. But anyway, yeah, they were. I loved seeing them all. What was great is that the same thing what Leal mentioned about how the theaters and were just were just raving. The energy from the crowd was just absolutely phenomenal. It was intense when Andrew first shows up. He takes off the mask, and then my theater just erupted after that. You know, after he removes his mask, everyone was just so excited. And I love the banter how MJ sees him for the first time, and she's still fully not convinced that that's Peter Parker. So he puts himself on the ceiling. He's like, okay, now crawl around. He's like, you want me to crawl around? And he goes in the corner to clean up the cobwebs. It was great, man. I mean, you know, but the one thing that I loved probably most of all is everyone was talking about the emotional performance that Andrew Garfield turned in. I love how Toby came in all grown up and mature about everything in a sense. KG mentioned earlier when he saw Doc Ock saying, you know, the power of the sun in the palm of my hand. And I loved how, you know, all turns around now that he's all, you know, himself. He goes, Peter, good to see you. He's like, how you doing? He's like, you know what? I'm trying to do better. You're all, you know, and I love that. Because he's been through stuff, right? He's you know how much he's been through, and he's talked about it, and he like, you see him kind of trying to mentor Tom Holland's character in a sense through his maturity. You also see it with Andrew Garfield too. But another thing that I love about how they're all encouraging from one another. They all had incredible chemistry. So when Andrew Garfield was feeling down, how he felt lame, Toby said, you know what? No, you're amazing. You're great. Tell yourself that, you know? And he's like, you know what? Thanks. I really needed that. So just the camaraderie and the brotherhood between all three of them, it was brilliantly written and brilliantly executed as well. And at the very end, when we see Tom Holland just exploding on the Goblin, just trying to give into his rage, and then Peter cuts in, just like, you know, holding onto the glider. Doesn't have to tell him anything, but you can see the look in his eyes. You know, you don't want to go down this route.
I think he's like, we've all been there. We know how it feels.
Exactly.
Yep.
And then for him to, you know, to in the end do the right thing and just give him, the serum, it was incredible. So again, the incredible. It was all incredibly emotional, but I really loved the chemistry that all three of them had on screen. Again, too, when they first started doing their thing together, how they were all out of sync. They didn't know who was who. They didn't know what to do. I mean,
they were like, we're really not good at this.
Exactly.
But because I don't want to. It was crazy, bro. Because that scene, when they said they weren't good enough, and then they started talking, and he was like, you know, Peter 1, Peter 2, Peter 3. And
right.
Like, we gotta work
we don't know who's who.
You don't know, But bro, when so from a comic collector and someone who's collected comics for so many years, and you've wanted to see certain things on camera, just a rendition of something that you've never seen before. The moment you saw all three of them working together and swinging in midair, and then the moment the kicker was, and this is what choked me up, like literally it choked me up. That scene choked me up when I saw them swinging together, and you see Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. He was the one who anchored both of them and swung them around. He swung them because he was like, look, I've done this. I've been in this before, but now we're working together. Bro, to see him and then all of them landed, I was like, I lost.
People went crazy in my theater.
It's over.
No, it was such a beautiful performance all the way around between all three of them, man. And the backcracking scene.
Yeah, that was fun.
One of the things that stood out to me too was like, okay, guys, how Tom Holland wants to give this pep talk. I don't want to brag right now, but I'm going to. I was in the Avengers. Oh, you're in the Avengers? Great. What is that? Are you in a band? It's great how they have no context of the universe, right? But then they still were able to work together to execute their plan to perfection. Will I be getting the 3? Well, actually, let me say this first. So coming out of this movie for the first time, I immediately wanted the upgraded suit. I love that. I love the contrast with the navy blue and the red. I just think it just completely pops. So that's why I prefer that version compared to the newer one that's coming out right now with part of the Iron Spider suit.
Oh, the integrated
and that upgraded suit. Right, the integrated suit. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna chill on the hype on that and just think about it. I go and see it again today. I was like, I'm gonna get it. I was ready to go to Sideshow. I hit up one of my guys. I'm like, yo, tell me you have this figure in stock. Because I currently sold all my Spider-Man. I don't have any Spider-Man figures in my collection right now. So I want one. And I want that particular one right now. Yeah. So if all three of them come out, I would only consider it if they all came with portraits. If they all had head sculpts, then I would
I think
highly
they will.
consider it.
Yeah. I
Hopefully
think
they
they
do.
will.
Going back to that scene you were talking about, Mario, about the where Tom was about to kill the goblin, and when Toby interrupted him with what he was going through, when he got stabbed, I almost left the theater. I almost left.
Yeah.
I thought too.
Yeah.
I was like, if they kill Toby, that's gonna suck.
Yeah, I was just about to leave.
Yeah.
I was like, no.
Yeah, I was too. Yeah, for sure. And by the way, single songwriter, great comment here. Thank you so much. 150 and watching 60 likes. We can do better. Yeah, guys, hit the like button if you can. Please support us. We'll get those super chats in a second, but I want to get to Anthony first. Anthony, I know you're a huge Spider-Man, Venom, all that fan. You told me you had a great time with this. I want to see what you're thinking.
Well, geez, well, everybody just basically said exactly how I feel, but there's so much more too. Like, there's so much more. So I agree with pretty much everybody so far. So I'm not going to bring it up again. However, I really, 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 really liked Andrew Garfield.
I did too.
Like, I think he needs to have another movie. I do. And maybe they will, because why not? They're here and they saw the hype and like, yeah, he was so.
Yeah.
You guys think they'll do that?
Yeah,
I think they
should.
But
I think
not
they
just
should.
with Andrew, but even with Toby. I mean,
Yeah, I think they
give
should.
all of them a chance.
Have them all
to,
on
like,
a separate
close out.
offshoots, different universes.
Yeah, they'll have their own little things.
Yeah.
I'd be in
much
for it.
more
That'd be
with
cool.
Spider-Man.
I'll be on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think so. And again, I'm probably in the minority, but I never liked Tobey Maguire. I just, when Spider-Man came out, I was kind of excited when I saw it in the.
KG left.
Yeah, it's fine. It wasn't for me. It's a comic book reader. I was like, it's okay. I think it was the Sam Raimi, just kind of that kind of cheese to it, which was cool. I could watch him and I appreciate him. I don't hate the movie. But then, like, when Andrew Garfield came out, I was like, oh, this dude's kind of like Spider-Man. Like, kind of how I felt. And I liked the first Amazing Spider-Man. I didn't really like Amazing Spider-Man 2. It was okay, but I liked him more so. So seeing him come back and seeing both of them come back was awesome. I mean, I do like Toby. It's just, I think I preferred the Amazing if it was a little bit better, if that makes sense. But
Yeah.
One thing's for certain is I've always I've always did not like Tom Holland. Period. It's just like from the get-go, from day one, he didn't even Iron Man suit. He was always in somebody's shadow, and that's not Peter Parker. But now I'm like, dude, this whole movie, he was like Peter Parker. He was doing Peter Parker stuff. Like the fact that he was like, yo, we can cure all these villains so they don't have to go back and die. That's like a super Peter Parker thing to do. Like that's what he would, you know what I'm saying? Like he really stepped up through these
Seeing
years.
him in the
Like,
lab creating all the serums. and
yeah,
everything
like
as
they're
well.
doing
Yeah.
Peter Parker stuff, man. And he's like this, and I don't know if it was the catalyst with Aunt May or the fact that, like, especially now at the end, now nobody knows. But that's another Peter Parker thing to do. He sees them happy and he's like, dude, all right, never mind. I ain't even going to talk to him.
Yeah.
And he's on his own. He's broke. Some rundown apartment. Makes his own suit, which looks fucking badass.
Yeah.
So I'm like, dude, yeah. So I like him now. It just sucks that we had to get to like 3 movies for him to kind of be Spider-Man. But if you look at it in that mindset that it's like, okay, well, this is just kind of like an extended origin, sort of.
Yeah.
Because they did bring him in young, so maybe they just kind of, now hopefully he goes through and he has another 3 movies where he's like Spider-Man.
I looked
If you
at
think about it, Anthony, in Amazing Spider-Man, he's graduating from high school in the first half of the movie. Same with the other one. So we've just seen a more extended intro into the character.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I think what they had to do, the challenge was, and because I felt just like you, I didn't. Tom Holland's like the first 2 films didn't gel well with me, because
Same.
of the simple fact that they showed that dependency. But I had to go back to Civil War, and I'm talking about Civil War in the comics. Civil War, when basically in the comics they came out with the registration and how every superpowered individual had to show their identity, and how Spider-Man was, in a sense, you want to say, adopted by Tony Stark and taken under his wing as he revealed himself. Tony gave him a brand new suit. So if you look at the the Iron Spider that we have for the video game that only has the 3 appendages, that was the original suit that Peter Parker was given by Iron Man as an upgrade suit from what he actually had in the comics. So when I'm viewing that and I'm looking at, okay, we had Civil War, we had Endgame, we had Infinity War. I mean, we had Infinity War, we had Endgame. They had to basically close out and tie up everything that happened in Civil War, which was, okay, the dependency that we actually saw with Tony Stark, how basically he became his mentor, also sort of like a father figure in a sense, tying that up also in the second film to whereas we started to see Peter really make decisions. And I think when we started seeing the evolution of Peter Parker or Tom Holland's version of Peter Parker is when finally at the end of the film, when he was going up against Mysterio and he was like, all right, he had to calm himself down and he was like, all right, he let his sensory, his power, his advantage take over. He allowed that to take over and made a decision to use that rather than the tech that was in the suit or anything, let alone he didn't have it to depend on. So we were seeing him realize the power within himself. So we saw that at the end of the last film. Going into No Way Home, it was him also saying, okay, cool. Stepping up to plate and becoming selfless, saying, look, I need to fix what was broken. I have MJ, I have, Ned, I have everyone's lives, Aunt May, who's being affected by this, Happy, who's being affected by this. So his intentions was to go to Doctor Strange to get him to completely wipe the trace of anybody knowing that he was Peter Parker. Now, by the end of the film, and even when he basically went up against Strange, we saw the evolution. We saw him figuring out look, I have math. I'm looking at all of this. I can actually beat
he's
him.
hella smart.
Exactly. He's hella smart. So them showing us that Peter is smart beyond the powers that he actually possesses. He's an intelligent individual. So we're seeing that. We're also seeing the independency when Strange said, look, so you came to me instead of actually going to them and just pleading your case. So now we're seeing him saying, okay, now I'm going to become a man. So I think they were showing the evolution. We just had to slowly see that progression with the first 2 films in this. Yeah. So seeing this film allowed me to go back and appreciate his performances in the last 2 films. And now they tied it up in a nice bow to the end of this film. Now Peter is a man who's figured out that now I don't have anyone, but I'm becoming selfless by saying, look, everybody forget who I am as Spider-Man. Forget Peter Parker. You know Spider-Man, but you don't know Peter Parker. I'm rebuilding, and now I'm a man. I'm accepting that responsibility. With great power comes great responsibility, and he has that now. So I was able to really, really make peace with his performance. But I just want to end this by saying, and I don't want to go on too long, the reason why I love Sam Raimi's films is because watching each and every one of those films is like I'm looking at a comic book. The way it was shot, the way it was going and bounced between different shots, even the music itself went along with it. I can imagine that I'm reading a comic book. And even on top of that, we had the great Alex Ross who penned the art in those films. Like, come on, man. Yeah. It gets no better than that. So that's why I appreciate that. So now,
gotcha. No, they're great too. I just felt they were a little campy, but they're still badass. It's just, I think, we all have different interpretations in our head from reading, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then what we expect and what we see on film, things like that. I still like them. I just, it's just it's got that kind of Hercules and Xena kind of vibe, it's because it's Sam Raimi, but it was good. They're good. Don't get me wrong. I think I liked Andrew Garfield's take.
Yeah.
Later on.
Oh, he was definitely MVP.
You know what I mean?
Film, man. When he came on, he was MVP.
Yeah, I think it's so great because we also got not introduction necessarily, but we got Charlie Cox back as Daredevil, not him in the suit, but him as a lawyer, and it was like a minute. It was so funny because when the brick through was he was like, I'm a very good lawyer.
Yeah, really.
No, that's all we needed though.
Oh yeah,
that's all we needed was that minute.
That's all we needed.
Right, and them doing a soft reboot is look, I'm all in for it, man, because I missed out on the first Daredevil that they've made. So if they do another Daredevil series, I'm 100%.
Oh, it's
a great figure.
Happen. Yeah. It's gonna happen, KG. You're gonna get that Daredevil for sure.
Yeah.
Sorry, Anthony. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say one thing aside from the movie, and I do love the movie. I loved everything about it. But what I'm most excited for was the end credits, because I'm thinking like in my head, just because I'm a comic guy, that I was like, okay, so if there's a symbiote still around, it's
Oh
got to
my-
get on to Peter at some
Oh, yeah.
point. And then
Yeah.
at some point, he's gonna meet Reed Richards, and it's because the Fantastic Four are coming. So it's like, and Reed Richards helps get the suit off if they follow suit with this. So I'm looking like in the head. I'm thinking 10 steps ahead. I'm like, dude, are they setting all this stuff up? Like, I'm more
Secret
excited for what's
Wars.
coming.
I thought I heard
Wars.
that's like the next movie in his contract was that in
With what?
particular.
Yeah.
Was setting up with Peter with the Fantastic Four.
Same director too, John
I hope
Watts.
Yeah,
it is
John
John
Watts
Watts.
directing.
I hope so.
I hope.
I hope
There's
so.
gonna be some shit. That's to say it.
I
There's gonna be
hope.
some shit coming down the pipe. But what, guys? I want to move on to the next one. But before we do that, this leads us into the next one. We'll see. Thank you so much for the super chat. Great storytelling with an emotional payoff. And can we talk about William Dafoe's performance? He sealed the deal for me.
Oh,
And yes, we shall,
Yes.
because we want to talk about the villains. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, Will, for the super chat. It really does mean a lot. Seriously, thank you. How do we feel about the villains? So I'll kind of go backwards and forwards this time. So Anthony, I'll go with you again on this one. How'd you feel about the villains?
Dude.
Who was your favorite?
Dude, it's messed up. Honestly, I'm gonna say Doc Ock,
Okay.
but Willem Dafoe just kills it. They all killed it. They really did. Like, I like him. Green Goblin. The thing I liked about Goblin, I'll just say this, is that our Peter Parker, right, Tom Holland, really has no idea who he's dealing with. He's always been kind of pampered, and he's been with the Avengers, and he thinks Thanos may be a bad guy or things like this. But Goblin straight up kills just to kill. Like, he's crazy, and Peter doesn't know how to deal with that shit. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't see the solution. He's like, oh, okay, this is like a real thing. And then he sees what happens with May, and it's just, so he's menacing as hell, man. I loved him. I loved him absolutely. But Doc, man, he was just cool, man. There's something about him, and like they kind of redeemed him. You know, he was able to help him. He got the stuff out of his head. He's back to normal. He gets to meet up with Toby. That was cool. He came and helped them. I mean, it was, yeah. I think Doc was really, really cool, man. And same with Electro. I'm so glad they changed him for the better, in my opinion. So like, and you know, Sandman and Lizard, they kind of had a backseat. Like, they could have not have been in the movie, and I don't think much would have been different. But it was still cool. It was still cool. There was just so much going on. They have the fact that they had the 5 villains, 3 Spider-Mans, the supporting cast, and they still made it work. It's just dope. I want all of them. I'll take at least these 3. I'd take Electro, Goblin, and Ock, and then all 3 Spider-Mans.
So
Hopefully with
yes,
sculpts.
so I think a lot of us are going deep into this line for sure, but you get at least 3 villains probably.
Yeah, I
you
don't
got
think we
Doc
get
Ock,
a
Green
Sandman
Goblin.
and a Lizard.
Yeah, I don't. Why
don't
wouldn't
see
either?
them
But
making
Electro and Green Goblin, Doc Ock, you're right. I'm saying I'm in on those.
Yeah, I'm in.
What about you, Mario? How do you feel?
I agree with Anthony completely. I remember when the first Tobey Maguire came out with Willem Dafoe painting Green Goblin. I thought that he was. We talked about campy earlier, and I think his character, the way that he portrayed it, was hella campy in my opinion. But coming into Far From or No Way Home, rather, it was completely the opposite for me, as to where there was a lot more. You see the internal struggle a little bit more, along with the sympathy that Aunt May gave him as well, to try to want to help him and encourage Peter to help him, and how he was just lost mentally and physically. It was he absolutely nailed it. I mean, there was so much also. He just turned in an excellent performance overall. However, I thought that Alfred Molina killed it.
Yeah.
I really you know what? I think, to be honest, is after playing the PS4 game that came out and seeing that emotional connection those 2 characters actually had, I think that kind of, to see Doc Ock cured from his fried chip.
Yeah, that's what made it great.
Yeah, exactly. For him to
He
turn
mentored
around
him,
and just be right, and to be completely compassionate towards his own Peter that he saw as well after the fact, I loved it. It was it really I was really choked up with seeing all that as well. So to me, my vote goes to Doc Ock, just because of all of that. We saw how he treated Tom Holland earlier. Got a little taste of the nanotech in his new arms and all, but and how he was so resistant as far as wanting to be cured in a sense. but just to see that complete 180 switch after he was cured, man, it was really heartfelt. You know, I really love to see it. So, and Alfred Molina doesn't skip a beat either. So,
Yo, and when he gave it back to him too, that's what changed the suit too, right?
Yeah. That's how he got a little bit of the integrated.
That's what was cool, man.
Nanotech into a suit, yeah, and to see him like also help out when Electro has the best of him, when they're trying to get the arc reactor from Electro, and he just comes out, he's like, "I got this," and he pulls it from Electro, and you know, he really helped out. That was big. So
Yeah.
you know,
So Mario, how many figures would you get from this line, you think?
to be honest, probably none of them. This
Really?
is a line that I don't really want to get too deep in personally. That's not to take away any of the performances at all of them, because I thought they were all great. They were all phenomenal. But I don't see myself picking up any of the villains, to be honest.
That's fair. Well, you're transitioning mostly to Star Wars anyway, right? Slowly but surely. Yeah.
Well,
Besides,
yeah,
like
right,
the
right
Prime
now,
One
right now, it
Batman.
doesn't really.
Right. So, but that's okay. So
There's more, dude.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
more
So much
Star
good
Wars,
stuff.
so,
But
yeah.
John, what about you, man? How do you feel about these villains?
I loved it, mate. Yeah, I thought they were great. I think for me, Goblin was my favorite, just because of how menacing he was, but also how they showed the mental health side of someone like that. I think they did that really well. And I just watched the original Spider-Man with Tobey before that, so he's just such a great actor. Like, I think he really depicted that mental health side well, and it just added more to the loss of May, because she's the one that brought him in. To have him turn like that and really show Peter. I can hear myself.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a slight echo there. Might be Mario. Let me see. Oh no, Mario is muted.
Okay. Yeah, so I think, I mean, I'd love to get, it'd be cool if they did a lizard with, like, let's say a Venom body or a King Shark body. Even though he didn't have that much big of a role, I'm thinking more for my collecting and display options. I'd love to have just all of them, so I could have a massive fight in the Modu case of all my Spider-Men battling all the villains, especially if we get all 3 Spider-Men. So for collecting purposes, I think I'd like to have all of them. If Hot Toys doesn't do them, maybe a third party would. I'd still probably pick them up if they're good. But the main ones, I think I'd love a Green Goblin, an Electro, and the Doc Ock, I think, would be sick, just for everything you can do collecting wise. Thought they're all great, and you need good villains to have good heroes. So I think they did a good job, especially making Green Goblin the main one, because coming into it, I thought Mysterio was going to be in it again, and I thought even maybe Vulture would be back. And the fact that they didn't, I didn't miss them with how good they took the story. So I loved it. I thought they were great. They served the purpose. For me, the main thing was, though, Peter's journey, and then bring in the other Spider-Man in and their relationship. I think that's what Marvel's so good at, is the human elements of having the characters interact. So the villains were good, and I think they were what we needed them to be honest. But yeah, if I had to pick one, probably a Green Goblin. I thought William Dafoe was just, his performance was great. And he proved to be a real... he almost reminded me of Heath Ledger's Joker, just a little.
Yeah.
I don't know if you'd agree, Will, but I think just the fact that he, it's like he's just that crazy villain. You don't know what he's going to do. Like, he's wild. And I really liked how they portrayed that. He's the only one that really caused real damage, really.
Right.
Like, out of everyone, because Doc Ock got subdued, but
he killed Aunt May. So
yeah, like he supplied the real damage and the real threat. Really, the other guys didn't really feel as threatening as he did, and I think that's down to his performance and how he portrayed it. I think, So give them all to me. I'll take them all. Like I said, I'm all in. You don't have to worry, Mario. I'll go all in for you.
It'll average it out. It'll average it out, bro.
Yeah.
But
Nice.
Daryl made a really good thank you so much, Daryl. Seriously, thank you. This landing shot will be on screen backgrounds for a while. I agree. That landing shot of the 3 Spider-Men on the tower of the poles or whatever, like, that's for sure going to be people's backgrounds for a while. Thank you so much, Daryl. So, KG, let me see. Before we get to you, KG, I do want to answer this one super chat. I think people forget that Tom/Peter was still a child. Like in the comics, young Peter made the mistakes of youth. In No Way Home, he came into his own and was able to be mentored by his older versions. Thank you so much, SpongeBob SquareBalls. Yeah, I think you guys would agree with that, right? Like the first two films are really honestly, the first two films, all of them, all three could be like one big origin story, really. It's just like one stretched out origin story. Spider-Verse did it in one film, and the other Spider-Man are a little more, they felt a little more seasoned, right? This Spider-Man was more, he is Iron
really
Boy
green.
Jr. for a while, and people didn't like that. But I think No Way Home really brings it all together. No Way Home really brings all three films, and like Leia was talking about, makes it feel cohesive. And like you got something that was a journey, right? So that's kind of how I feel about it. But KG, what about the villains? How do you approach this? Are you getting all of them?
Here's the thing: the best villain is Jar Jar Binks. I'm telling you, the best villain in this movie was Jar Jar Binks.
Jar Jar, you mean Darth Jar Jar?
Darth Jar Jar.
Darth Jar Jar.
No, but honestly, like I agree with everybody. Green Goblin was the best villain in this film. I think the one scene that really I got the chills was, I think it was towards the end where Doctor Strange comes in, and he goes like, we gotta take them back, and then can the Spider-Man come out to play, and then we see Toby turning around. Oh, that scene got me chills. But yeah, I mean, I love the Green Goblin from the first film. When I was a kid, when I watched the film, I thought he was my favorite villain from that film, and throughout Tobey Maguire's trilogy, that was always my favorite villain. And yeah, and then it will be him, and then second, I think it will be Electro. I really liked Electro in this film as well, and then third will be Doc Ock. I just think all these villains were so strongly written in this film. I think each villain had their time, and Green Goblin being I guess we could say the main villain in this film. It really it showed he was tricking them into thinking like he was a good guy. Like it was Norman Osborn throughout, and then towards the end, when Peter's sensing that something's going on, it's quiet, and then he hears a heartbeat, and then we see a little fight scene with Goblin and Peter, and when Aunt May dies, it really shows. It's when we compare Tom Holland's films from the first, second, and third. The two films were more so of just I got these new suits with me, and this one, it just feels very dark. It felt very sad and emotional, which I really liked about it. And I mean, Tom Holland, we never really saw Tom Holland really suffer that much throughout the Marvel Cinematic Universe. If we're talking about Tony Stark and all that, but we never really saw someone close to him, that perished and died. And I think Aunt May was a great person to see, go, and it kind of gives his version of Peter Parker a new look in things. That with great power does come with great responsibility, and seeing that in the movie was just great. And with the villains, I felt that Sandman was okay. Then we got Blizzard was okay as well. But as far as Hot Toys making them, I could see only Goblin, Doc Ock, and Electro, and maybe possibly a Sandman base. That's it. I mean, a Lizard, they got the Venom body, but I don't think there's a huge market for it as far as Hot Toys, because they see this as a general consumer's wear. Do general consumers want to buy a Lizard? Are they willing to spend all that money, all that resources to make a new body and make a Lizard? I would buy a Lizard for sure, but would everybody else be willing to pay that money, pay that Venom price? So I would say the three main villains and possibly a base for Sandman for sure.
Yeah. So if they do make them all, KG, would you be in on pretty much all of them?
Yeah, pretty much all of them. As far as villain goes, yes. Spider-Man's, yes. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So
can I ask a question? Sorry,
Yeah,
Will.
yeah.
Can
Go
I
ahead,
ask
John.
a question to all you guys? I was just thinking about it then. For me, I want to know what it feels like for you guys, but I feel like Aunt May saying the great power comes great responsibility line, to me, had way more weight behind it because we'd had that relationship build up over previous movies. If you think back to the other Spider-Man movies, right, it's said by a character for maybe 10, 15 minutes. And if you know the comics, it's because you know the comics, right? But if you're a film goer like I was, I feel like that line being said now in the third movie just carried so much more weight and helped really define what he's going to be moving forward, because it didn't just happen in the first 15 minutes with no real context or build up to the character. It happened over 3 films to get to that point. Did you guys feel like that too? Like, I don't know, I just felt like it was so more powerful coming from her after that build up, as opposed to just, you know, right out the gate. Here's Spider-Man, here's the story, here's the, you know, blah, blah, blah.
I would think so. With Toby's, I mean, we only saw Uncle Ben for what, like 15 to 20 minutes throughout the film, and we didn't really see a really strong relationship between them. And we also, same thing with Andrew. We only saw Uncle Ben for like, what, 10 minutes, and then, you know, we saw him die. And with this version of Peter Tom, we don't see Uncle Ben, but we do see Aunt May, and that's the only thing we know that's close to Peter. And we do see that relationship going up and down, you know, and throughout the
like, you feel the loss more of her.
Right, it feels more heavy.
Paul does make a good point too. Let's not undersell the impact Tony Stark's death had on Tom Holland. The second film was about him dealing with the death of his mentor / father figure. That's actually true.
Sure.
We do forget about that.
Yeah, because then he finds a new mentor who betrays him, and that was a big
exactly right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I would almost
question.
agree with you.
Yeah,
except I don't really think that Peter and Aunt May really had much in the 3 movies. You know, like I was totally disconnected when she died. Like I don't feel like they built a relationship.
Really, I felt that. I mean,
Really?
it wasn't a lot of
she's
development. It
in
was
the
more
movie,
implied, but yeah,
more implied. Like there was not like sit downs or like I didn't really ever see a lot of emotional connection between those two in the previous 2 movies. Other than I agree with you that she's been in there longer than like Uncle Ben.
No, I did. Like when they went out to dinner, and at the start of Far From Home.
Yeah, but
I did.
Did it feel? Is it just me? I just
felt
felt like
I definitely had a
connection.
connection.
Yeah, I
with
felt
him.
it.
I definitely felt as though there was a connection. There was a connection in the first
Like
film
the
when you know she was, you know, she had that conversation with him over dinner. When she had that conversation, even when, you know, she was helping him with the prom, you know, get him ready for like the formal.
I guess that's
you know,
true.
there was a connection there. Second film, you know, definitely there was a connection with the whole, you know, in the very beginning, with the I forget what it's called, when May was throwing that whole that benefit in the very beginning, and Spider-Man showed up, the conversation they had then, you know, when he was talking to her about needing a vacation, and you know, there was definitely, the thing is what the film did was it gave it weight for this particular universe. When it came to Tom Holland Spider-Man, we didn't see a connection to Ben.
No,
There was none
at all.
That connection was between him and Aunt May, and I like how they basically flipped that because they gave us something totally different. I didn't want to see another iteration of him grieving the loss of Ben. This was more so with him and Aunt May, to whereas it could have been avoided, but yes, he felt the responsibility was on him that she passed away because he chose to save villains. You know what I mean? So I think that there was a lot of weight in that conversation, and on top of that, what she said and how she said it was directly out of the comics. It was the right way to say it. It was the
comic version.
It was the comic version of actually saying that line, and she got it perfectly right. When it comes to the villains, my favorite villain in this movie was Jane Jonah Jameson. I'm just fucking with you. I'm just fucking with
I was
you.
gonna say, because that's a really interesting choice, actually.
No, but I mean, literally, he was just an asshole. But he didn't really get a lot
great, though.
he didn't get a lot of screen time, but he was really, really great. I did like, you know, J.K. Simmons, his interpretation of J. Jonah. You just love to see that on screen.
Yeah, he's great.
But no, with with all the villains, of course, you know, we're gonna say that, you know, Willem Dafoe, he did definitely kill it. I think Jamie Foxx killed it as well because with his character, he was the everyday person. He was more toned down. Again, he was the cat he was intelligent, but he was just that one that really relied on more so power than it was intelligent. He was an everyday hood dude. You know what I mean? Like when you hear him talk, like he was just toned down. He was a cool cat. But the Willem Dafoe definitely he killed this character as Goblin. The scene that was just terrifying to me, and it kind of even harkened back to Dark Knight Joker with Heath Ledger, is when they were in the hallway and they were fighting, and Peter was punching the fuck out of him, and he was just looking at him smiling.
Yep,
with
he
every
was
punch,
smiling.
he was just smiling,
scary.
and literally he was baiting him. Because the thing is, it's like, you know, when you know, Mario always harken this back to like even you know, when it comes to you know, Emperor Palpatine. He baits the evil in an individual. He wants to basically bring that out so he can control you. So that's why even at the end of the film, when we saw Peter giving in to his anger and his frustration, and Goblin was like, yeah, attaboy. That's what I wanted to see the entire time, because he knew it. Like, if I can get you to turn, if I can get you to embrace that, and if you violently kill me, then you're embracing the side that I wanted you to embrace. And that's why, Toby's character had to stop me, because he knew the weight. He knew what it would actually mean if something like that would happen. But it was good to see Tom Holland in that level of anger and frustration. We seen Spider-Man Unleashed. But yeah, as far as villains, I thought all of them were great. Yeah, I think the potential now, seriously, considering that this film has hit $1 billion, man, like literally $1 billion plus, it's still channeling some movies, you know, some revenue. There's nothing out like the next couple of weeks now, so it's still going to generate more revenue off that film. You know, people going to see 2, 3, 4 times, whatever. The possibility of making these 3 villains is just even more and more there. I was talking to you yesterday about it, Will.
Yeah.
It's more, I think now it would be easier to make Electro now, consider the simple fact that if you look at it, we got, you know, the that version of Whiplash that we got. They can use the same technology with Electro, you know, using that to create that particular character. And just imagine like the effects that they can give with us when it comes to that character. If they do the Goblin, I don't want them to do the first suit. Do the second one. You know, definitely do the second one with the Willem Dafoe head sculpt. That would be incredible. Yeah, Sandman, I think they're going to stick with the base with that, because the thing is, there's no way to make that figure look the way we would want it to give it, you know, that much value or that connectivity. And I think doing it as just like a diorama base would probably be the safest bet. Lizard, I don't know. Like, I would want one. You know, I would definitely want to actually have a lizard. But again, it just depends on whether or not they feel as though is of any type of importance, or if it's just going to be a shelf display. So, you know,
I'd like a lizard with like the coat, the white coat and everything.
Yeah. If they would have did that, that would have been incredible.
Going back to the Green Goblin, I know, Leo, you have the themed one, and you know, it's a great figure. I mean, I've been seeing reviews on it. It's a really phenomenal piece. But similar to what the Ronin was, where we did a second version of the outfit, like you can display him as Hawkeye or you can display him as Ronin. What I think they will do is that they'll give us the OG look, but we can switch the parts to make him look like the new version, where in the movie, it's more so he was wearing the same outfit, just he's wearing a hoodie.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be a deluxe, yeah.
I think they will do, like, they'll give us the OG, and then with the deluxe, they'll give us the new look. That's what I would think, because the glider looks the same. There's no change to the glider. The glider, to me, I think it looked the same. There's no upgrades or significant upgrades to the glider that they need to make a whole brand new Goblin. That's how I would see it.
That actually makes a lot of sense, KJ. I would actually agree with you. So yeah, guys. So it sounds but Leo, it sounds like you're probably going to go pretty deep into the line, right? You're going to get probably all the villains. I think all of us are at least pretty interested in getting that final suit, the Spider-Man suit, right?
Oh yeah.
Like I think that's the one. I think honestly, I might only get one Spider-Man from this film, and it'll probably be that one.
But
it's a great suit.
Again, like it was mentioned, if you are impatient and you want that suit now. If you get that armored Spider-Man suit from the video game, that I think it's the Mark IV. What is it?
The Mark IV.
Yeah, if you get that suit, it looks exactly like it. Same vibrant blue, same everything. It's so damn close to it. So I think right now, for people who will want a rendition, that's going to sell out quick. And if not, they're hearing it tonight. They've heard it on a couple of other live streams. They're going to go out and basically grab it. So I want some money for just pitching this.
How do we hit Leo up?
Straight up.
We need some sponsors and get some kickback, guys. We've been given a lot of good ideas.
I know.
Straight up.
We need something.
I know.
I wasn't a fan of that last suit, y'all. I wasn't really a fan of that last suit.
That final
suit? The final suit. I appreciate what it is. I can appreciate where it's going. I just don't like that vibrant blue, man.
I love
it, man.
I'm just not a fan.
To what you were talking about. You don't have the comic reference, you know, that like growing up through. It's like
it's a red and blue in the back.
dude, he's on his
Yeah,
own.
No,
great
yeah.
He's
suit.
poor.
It's a really
So-
good suit.
you know.
No,
I
I
think
understand
there's
all that,
subtle-
bro.
There's inspiration, I think, from the two other Spider-Mans in that suit.
No, I completely agree 100%. I
I
understand where
like
you're
that
coming
suit
from.
because it's the actual throwback classic suit. No tech. It's just him.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
Yes.
all
It's
him.
what it represents.
It represents the simple fact that now we're seeing the true and blue Spider-Man who does not rely on any type of tech to get him by. And here's the interesting thing though, because this is another thing that we haven't really talked about. The what is it? The advanced, not the advanced suit, it's the integrated suit.
Mm.
Now, Hot Toys released that version with the appendages. In the film, we didn't see it at
Nope.
all. Even though we knew it was there, he didn't use them in the film. So, for those of us who are getting the, integrated suit, are you going to keep the appendages on or are you going to take them off?
I would keep them on.
I'll use them.
I think they'll look
I'll
good.
use them for sure.
Yeah.
it
Use
looks
them?
But I
nice,
think
man.
you know what they were going to do is that the same thing they did with if we're looking at this Endgame, where I think John Watts said that this was the Spider-Man Endgame, basically. So prior to the release of Endgame, they released the Mark 85, right? Then when the movie came out, battle damage arm and everything, everybody wanted that figure. So what I think they're going to do is they're going to give us that clean version, right? We got the clean version integrated suit. They're going to give us a battle damage integrated suit. That's what I would think. I think they're going to do that because I think that's the sort of the most accurate suit towards the end of the film. So I would see that. I mean, if they want to capitalize on this film, I mean, this movie, I mean, look at the numbers in box office, $1 billion. I mean, I think majority of us are going to go full on into this line. At least I am, So if they do that, I would get it for sure.
Yeah. And there's a really good question, and I've been consistent about this. So MB Dyson, Will, per your past statements, don't you want to wait and see what he does in the new suit in the next movie? That's a really good question. No, because in this specific case, I think it's more about what the suit represents. I think it's the suit represents his evolution into Spider-Man. And that's why I want it, because it's the first, like, I think it can be said this is the first real Spider-Man suit for him.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Because the first one he made, not Tony Stark. So
I
to me, it's
agree.
the symbolic nature of the suit. Like
I
what,
agree.
and it looks fucking awesome. But also, like, it's a symbol, him evolving into Spider-Man and becoming the real, who he's meant to be, Spider-Man, the hero he's meant to be. So I think that's why this suit is so symbolic and so important.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, he technically had the homemade suit from the beginning.
Yeah, but it's not the same.
No, yeah, I know.
It's just not the same.
I mean,
had
he
that
did
suit
that. He
too,
made
like-
that suit without all the Stark.
And this
tech,
is not.
you know,
This was
so-
in a Sony release footage clip, so it's
Yeah.
it's fine. It's not like
Yeah.
a leaked shot or anything. It's
I
just
think
they had the logo in there.
This suit, it just again, for comic fans, it just represents so much. And to finally see it,
Oh, yeah.
and knowing that we've actually wanted to see this suit for so long, because I wasn't a fan of the Iron Spider suit. I mean, I wasn't,
Yeah, it's okay.
just for for looking at it, visually it's really great. Then we got the upgrade suit, which was cool. I mean, I have it, and it's a
Yeah,
good.
it's not bad.
It's definitely not bad. But this suit, like
Yeah.
this one right here,
Yep.
this one, knowing what it basically represents, and knowing that now we had the potential to see Spider-Man come into his own as a character that, again, we can see that witty humor, but we can also see that arrogance, knowing that he can really, he's the shit. You know what I mean? At the same time, he's coming to his own. I can't wait to see that element. And if we get him in the Fantastic Four, it's definitely setting up. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's
this
kind of
suit-
like you were talking
yeah.
about. It is pretty
Yes.
similar to this.
this is my most anticipated suit. This is
And
Same.
this is on
I
pre-order
cannot
coming
wait.
out soon. So
Yeah.
Hope
so
it's not
people,
soon,
if you
man.
can't wait, then there's a good
Yeah.
option.
This suit right here. Oh
This
my
one you
God.
still have to get anyway because you have to note the webbing.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he doesn't look like that in that new suit. Like that's
Nah.
the classic.
this is the classic.
Yeah, this is real classic.
classic.
Yeah,
Yes, like
Classic
seriously
he's
to the
gonna
point. Yeah, this is
that's
incredible,
100% going in the living room with all the others.
man. Oh man.
100%.
I wonder what the material is like on this one.
Yeah,
I
Probably
hope.
amazing.
I
It's
hope
the
it's.
same
They
as
keep getting better.
I hope it is. I mean, put it this way. I hope it's not like, because what we've seen from the Cyborg Spider-Man suit, it's almost similar to this, but I hope it's not like that. I hope it's something totally different. I hope it's almost mimicking the Miles suit, because that Miles,
Yes, please.
yeah,
Yeah.
like literally.
Yeah,
I
it's
hope
damn
the
good.
material's sort of like that, but maybe a little bit different. But man, come on, like this, you can't fuck this up. Like you literally can't fuck this up for us. This suit
It looks
It's highly anticipated. Look at it, and even if you look at the Spider-Man emblem, it is the classic Spider-Man emblem, bro. I can hear the music in my head every time I see this shit, bro. Like
That's the
literally,
Spider-Man
like,
I used to draw when I was a kid, man.
hell
Like, this is
yeah,
the
bro.
suit.
Yeah.
It is. This is the suit. This is the suit that we basically wanted to see. I cannot wait for this. Hopefully we get it, within the next couple of months, man. I'm excited. I'm so excited.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. But guys,
If Hot Toys could release it now, that'd be great. Thanks.
I
Cheers.
know.
All
right?
It should be any minute. Like I think it was
Yeah.
like January-ish. So I mean,
Nah. They
Well,
don't
there's so
want-
much
nah.
that should be coming out. Like
You can't
anytime.
say that before Pennywise because Will's.
I know,
not-
bro. Well, lately I'm checking Facebook right now because I heard it was maybe gonna drop tonight, but nothing yet. So
Bro, you're gonna be checking that shit all day.
I know, I'm
tonight,
checking
right?
that shit all night. And all
Give it
tomorrow.
another 2 more
All
hours or
night.
so. You'll find out.
Yeah, exactly,
yeah,
bro.
definitely,
Exactly.
definitely,
So,
definitely.
guys, I think we're gonna wrap it there. So we'll go around
Yeah.
to the panel real quick. So Leo, what's coming up on the 1/6 Scale Man YouTube?
Oh yeah, so tomorrow we're gonna have comic book talk with friends where everybody on the channel is gonna be butt ass naked, and we're just gonna.
Oh hell yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, we're just gonna be butt naked, and we're just gonna. No, I'm just playing. No, we're gonna. Damn it!
You got me all excited.
So now we're gonna actually discuss and dive into Hawkeye, the season finale, and also we're gonna talk about just the season in general, and we're gonna also talk about just the Marvel releases, the Disney Plus releases this year. Just to kind of round it out and see how they were, and our opinions, like, did we think that they achieved, or was it cohesive, and what can we expect to see going forward? So we'll talk about that tomorrow. Of course, on Wednesday is Say What, so we're gonna have discussion about, hopefully, literally, I hope that they release Pennywise either tonight
Oh, yeah,
or
bro.
tomorrow, because they don't say
Me too.
what I want to, and the entire set. I'm going to give Will his due and let him talk about that shit until the cows come home, because then I'm letting him get it all out, because he's going to be super
Whole
fucking
segment's
excited.
on Pennywise.
Exactly, the whole segment is on Pennywise. I can't wait for that. So yeah, we're going to do that. And then hopefully with Mario's blessing, it'll be the return of Uncivilized Scoundrels. Consider the simple fact that we're going to have Boba Fett, the Book of Boba, that's going to be released on Wednesday. So I can't
Wednesday.
wait for that discussion. Yeah, that's going to be hype.
Come on, man. You know that's happening, bro. Come on.
Yeah, you already know that's
Come on.
happening. So yes,
Yeah.
we will, because we don't do it unless Mario's on. So that's just not how it's going to rock. So we literally don't. We don't do it. If he's not on, we don't do it. I'm not going to roll without my partner on there. So it's not going to drop. So that on Thursday, and then Friday, we're gonna have basically a special show for it's the New Year's Eve show where we're going to actually talk about maybe the top 10, top 5 figure releases of the year, and just kind of recap the past year of Hot Toys releases, or whether it's Hot Toys statue releases, because I know we're going to have to talk about some statues.
Oh yeah, bro. Yeah,
So we got to talk
absolutely.
about statue releases, third-party releases, and what we can expect going into 2022. So definitely tune into that. If anybody wants to jump on, just let us know. Just don't drink before you come on. Save that for a little bit later, because I know y'all want to drink. So anybody here who wants to jump in, because it's going to be hella fun, man. It's like, come on, man. It's going to be dope as shit. So we're going to do that on Friday. And yeah, man, just round that out for a whole new year. It's been a great year meeting everybody here and just having these discussions, having some fucking fun. So let's just go on in. And then again, on Sunday, this coming Sunday, we're going to have Take Your Position, where me and Iron Logan's going to actually do, we're going to be posing up Captain America. So,
Nice.
we're going to actually jump into that. Hopefully I'll have that 2012 cap.
So.
And basically have that in. So yeah, that's going to be definitely interesting. Who knows who's going to actually tune in or who's going to jump in on that? I don't know. We always have a surprise guest on those shows. So anybody wants to jump in and do some fucking posing, let's go.
Let's go. All right.
You're taking over.
KG, what's coming up for you, man?
Well, that's all.
I'm sorry. I don't want to cut you
Besides
off.
Willy Wonka.
Let me Taylor
Besides
Swift.
Willy
I'm gonna Taylor Swift you. I don't need to cut you off, but yes, he's gonna be. He has Willy Wonka, and he's getting ready for like some press releases. Still, he's, you know what I mean. So yeah, no, go ahead, KG.
He's got his figures too. Dune figures.
No, I mean, Will, as always, man, thanks for having me on. I mean, when I first
dude,
started,
thanks for joining.
YouTube and streaming, I mean, when I got the pleasure of meeting you and Leo and everybody else on the panel, it's just been great. I mean, it helps with my communication, and being a part of this, this panel is just great, and being part of YouTube is amazing. But yeah, I mean, so far with my channel, I have nothing coming up yet. Just still figuring out what to do, what to do on my channel. But soon, hopefully, I'll have something. But as always, just expect me to be on these live streams on Will, Lael's, or John's, or Collecting Weekly, or anybody else that are doing live streams. If you're willing to have me, as always, I'll be there. Whenever Will invites me, I'm always there. Whenever Lael's invites me, I'm always there. So, yeah, man, just love doing these live streams and communicating with other people. It's great. Thank you for having me on.
Dude, absolutely. Always fun to have you on for sure.
Yeah.
So, Iron Logan, what's coming up for you, man?
Yo. I just released a Spider-Man 10 scene post showcase. So if anyone's seen that and you want to see Spidey, go check that out. Just some random poses I've done. Working on a few new videos, guys. So I'm doing a Ronin video, which will be a story styled one where I tell a little story over 10 scenes. So I'm looking forward to finishing that. Going to do a cap one. Just trying to pump out some content, man. I'm having fun just making the videos. Take Your Position every Sunday, Monday for me. Now, another thing I'm going to be doing, and I haven't talked about it too much yet, but I thought I'd share it here with you guys, is I'm looking to start a cosplay journey.
Ooh.
And I'm going to document it on the channel. I'm going to document it on my channel. I'm just figuring out how I'm going to do it. And I'm going to be doing Spider-Man. I've been thinking about it for a long time. And I'm going to be doing the red and black upgraded suit.
Ooh,
with,
nice choice.
One
nice
of those.
Like
that's
that.
one of my favorites, with like the mechanical lenses and all that stuff. And I'm going to be starting a little side business doing like children's hospitals and things like that.
You're talking to
Once
the
I
right
get
person
up.
with Will. Will's
Yeah,
right
bro.
here.
Yeah,
You're
man.
talking
I
to
got
the right
5 members,
person.
so if you ever want to do
Yeah.
Star Wars,
You're talking about
Yeah,
Will.
man.
I got to
Well,
get these guys into it.
Man, I've been thinking about it for a while, but I'm going to be starting a new training program to get in shape for.
See, that's a good reason,
to
right?
bloody fit the suit, right?
You got to stay in the Spider-Man suit.
I got to stay in Spider-Man shape. So I'm currently working with my trainer on, because I have a trainer, working with my trainer on like the specific goals we're going to set to fit in a suit like that, and then more like calisthenics type training to be able to pull off some of the poses and things. So I'm taking it pretty seriously. But I'm going to document that journey and do it at my gym that I manage, and put some videos out there, some, a few different things on the channel with health and fitness stuff, following my journey doing that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. There's a lot of stuff coming. I'm just branching out and trying to do some different things. So there'll be a bit of that on the channel as well. So thanks again for having me as well, mate. And I have to say, guys, this year has been an amazing year for me, getting into YouTube and meeting all you guys and being a part of these chats, man. It's really been fulfilling for me, and I love it. And I just love being part of the chats and meeting everybody. So thanks for having me.
Oh, dude, thanks for joining. Absolutely. So, Mario, and I see, dude, one of your own, Eddie, in the chat. Dude, Eddie, I miss Eddie. We got to get Eddie on here sometime soon. He said he was, I don't know if he's bored or what the deal is, but I still love you, Eddie, no matter what you're saying, bro. So Mario, what's coming up on Collecting Weekly, man?
We just wrapped up our statues talk end of the year, in and outs of collecting. We just aired that on Christmas Eve. That was a fun stream, man. We had talked about some of our favorites coming up, some of the news that happened, lots of good stuff. Tomorrow, Monday night, actually, for I believe it's International Lego Build Day, we're gonna go ahead and have a stream tomorrow for Bricks and Brews, in which basically we get a group of guys together, we're building Legos, and at the same time we will be drinking on the episode for every time that somebody messes up. All right.
Oh my God.
So whoever messes up, everybody takes a swig, man. So I got something for myself, my first Lego build, actually. I'm going to go put something together tomorrow night, and just got to go get the brew, and it's going to be a fun night. And Tuesday night is our Collecting Weekly live show. I believe it's going to be the last one of the year. And it promises to be a fun one, man. So I'm actually looking forward to that. New Year's Day, however, January 1st. So we're finally launching something that we've had in the works for a while. Along with we see some of these other posing shows that have been going along, so naturally we've been working on it for a while, and we're actually going to launch it on New Year's Day. So I believe we have like about 4 to 6 posers, and we're gonna do it kind of like in a league in a sense. So we're gonna play for points, see how it goes. Audience is gonna vote on the pose.
Dope.
And I believe that 6 months later we'll have some sort of playoff kind of thing going on. So that's gonna be tough. That's gonna be fun. Play for like last man standing, put everybody in brackets and see how it goes. And yeah, man, I'm absolutely looking forward to it.
I'll join. Someone's got to be the Jaguars. Okay, it's like someone's got to be the Jaguars opposing, bro. I'll do it. I'll take over the mantle. No Urban Meyer though. He's out. But the rest, I'm in, bro.
But yeah, man, I mean, as always, dude, thanks for having me on. And yeah, it's been a fun year. I mean, this is my first year hanging out, on YouTube, meeting everybody here in the chat, everybody here on the panel. I mean, all the other different wonderful content creators. It's been a hell of a ride. It's been great. It's been an absolute pleasure as well, man. So thanks again, Will, for having me on, putting up with me this year.
Oh,
bro.
dude, of
You
course,
appreciate
man.
it,
Always
man.
blessed to have you. With that beard, bro, come on, lay out nose. Like that beard, like it just puts us all to shame. The sex appeal goes off the charts when you're on the stream, bro. So
You're too kind, brother. You're
It's
too
fun.
sweet.
So, Anthony, 6 Scale Mafia, what's coming up for you, man?
Well, stream tomorrow, early afternoon. Well, I'm West Coast, so it's kind of early. But me,
You
brother
West
cousins, a couple other people, I think, coming in.
West Coast.
I know, right? Yeah, so we usually try to do those on Monday afternoons, and then Lando should be here, so I'm gonna probably do my review for him because it's been a minute. I was gonna do, like I said, I was gonna do Flash, but I ended up they gave me the wrong figure and through the holidays and like work stuff. Dude, I've been really busy doing, Exo 6 related things, so it's been kind of slow on my end. But dude, it's been pretty awesome, man. Some bumps here and there, but dude, the whole year's been badass, and everybody's been super cool, and the community's amazing, and it's just awesome, dude. And I can't wait to see what everybody's doing next year, man. Next year's gonna be crazy with all these shows and the new Hot Toy releases, and
It's gonna get
almost
real
too
wild.
much, man. It's almost too much.
I know, but we're all here together to work through it. And I got a great super chat from Ashley Chase. Thanks so much, Ash, again for Will release Pennywise. It's got to happen, Ash. It's got to happen tonight. It's gonna happen tonight. I can feel it. Feel it in my bones. So I'm
We
just
got
gonna be
about
checking
20, 30
Facebook.
minutes.
Yeah. What time do they normally post? It's like 11 or 12.
Like 8:30.
11:30, 12:30.
Well, for us,
somewhere, yeah.
8:30.
Yeah.
Can
Okay.
can I say something real quick, Will? While
absolutely,
we're
Leo.
basically on the show before we close out, real quick, I said, it's good the simple fact that we have a space, for all of us, for content creators. We've created something this year. We have I think that we do have a level of responsibility to people who view us and watch us to be as honest as we possibly can, full transparent, but actually to support each other. And the reason why I say that is because, look, we're not going to always agree. We're not, we're not here to agree with each other and be yes men and women all the time. We're just here to deliver our honest opinion when it comes to certain things, when it comes to collecting. We want to be honest. Again, I think that in this community, we should all be brothers in this. There's no backbiting. Like, we should all be brothers. Some people will work with, some people we may not work with. And we have to respect the simple fact that there are some people that just can't work together. At the end of the day, we still basically come around and we do what we can to deliver content and to just create special moments and to be, truthful and honest, but have a good time. And I'm just putting it out there because this is where I'm at and this is where I sit for the new year. I don't backbite. I'm not here to backbite. I'm not here to judge anybody. Everybody in this community to me is brothers, whether we work together or not. I'm willing to work with anybody. I'm willing to basically be there for anybody as well as I would want people to basically be there for me. So, the thing is, just be kind. At least try to be kind and be respectful to people's wishes and also their opinions, and just enjoy the content. Again, behind the scenes, I know there's a lot of things that have been going on. But again, it's a new year. Put that aside and we're just moving on and just creating more content, better content. And again, this is a community that we continue to create. It's growing and it's growing. It's getting bigger. And this is a safe zone for us where we feel safe. We want to feel safe because outside these doors, there's a whole bunch of bullshit. Seriously,
Yeah, bro.
We're still living in a pandemic. There's a financial crisis. There's a whole bunch of bullshit that's actually going on right now that we don't need to be a part of. And we come here as an escape. So all the politics and all that bullshit that happens, like, we don't want to bring that shit here. So if anybody has personal gripes, that's up to you. We don't need to hear it. I don't need to hear it. If you have a personal gripe, you go to that person, you talk it out. I'm not taking sides. I'm here for everybody. And I would expect everybody to be here for me. So moving forward, let's create a safe community, a safe zone. I love everybody on this panel. I love everybody out there who's continued to support this group. And let's just move forward and just be positive, man. Not everybody's going to be positive. But if you don't like it, I mean, it's cool. There's other spaces, other places where you can exist, and that's cool. But at the same time, just be respectful, man. I'm jumping on any stream where people was going to have me. I'm not going to allow people to tell me I can't go somewhere just because that person doesn't like this individual or doesn't like that individual or whatever. At the end of the day, I'm friends with everybody. If that doesn't sit well with you and if you don't agree with that, I completely understand. But I'm just saying, all of us are here for a reason. We're creating and we're taking time out of our day to do this. So please, moving into the new year, let's just talk about toys and collecting in 1/6 scale figures, quarter scale statues, figures, whatever it may be. G.I. Joe, butt naked. I don't care. Listen, let's just talk
Comic
about
books,
that
paintings,
stuff
you name
and
it.
just live in that realm instead of everything else that actually goes on, man. For real. I'm basically me, myself. I'm honoring that. What I'm saying, I'm going to practice what I preach. So hopefully everybody else can do the same. So that's all I wanted to say. I wanted to say it here on this show because I think it should be said, and there's people watching that need to hear it. So thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Well said, mate.
Yeah. So
Extremely
guys,
well said.
yeah, thank you so much for joining us, all of you guys. It's been an amazing show, my amazing panel. Thank you guys so much. You guys were fantastic as always. Always love to have all of you on. Check out these guys' channels. They all do great work. They all do different things. They all do exciting things. It's all great. And like Lael said, bring everyone together for the love of collecting and the joy of collecting and having fun with it. That's really the main goal here. So with that said, that's a wrap for Collectors Mingle this week. We will see you guys.
What's going on with you, Will?
Oh,
Yeah,
dude.
Will.
Dude,
Yeah, you didn't say what's going on with your
Go
show.
check out his arrival.
Yeah, I did an arrival video essay.
Yes.
Please check out that arrival. I sat there and
was
watched
dope.
it, bro. You made me go back and watch the movie again.
Oh, did you watch it?
And the thing is, bro, you know what? I hated watching it in the first place because every time I see
Really?
that relationship, but no, not because it's a bad movie, it's a good movie, but it always gets to me when her daughter, like what she has to go through and that pain. Bro,
Right.
I was like, because when you
And she
have
chooses
kids,
it.
it touches you different when you have children, bro. Like it really
Yeah,
does.
I can understand that.
And it's like, oh, but I had to go back based on the review, and I was like, yo, I see these points like a lot clearer now than I did before.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a good review, bro. I loved it.
Thanks, man. I tried to make it short and sweet. It took a little while to make, but so that's out for you guys that want to watch that. I'll be on Lael's show Wednesday. And
Hopefully
then
Pennywise is out.
yeah, bro. He's got to be out before then. I'm hoping tonight. You never know though. We might do some Battlefront tonight. I'm not sure yet. It is pretty late, so I'm not sure. But we'll be doing that in the future. I'll do a Spider-Man review sometime soon. So I know people have been asking for that. I need to do that. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. So yeah, okay. I think that's pretty much the gist of it, though. There'll probably be some other stuff because I'm on Christmas break this week. I don't actually go back to work until the following Monday, so I have some time to make some videos. So I do have Lando coming in tomorrow, so I'm not sure. I'll probably just share that with some people. So hopefully he's tracked to be here tomorrow. So hopefully they USPS.
Yeah, mine should be here.
Yeah.
Right.
Ooh,
Well,
you know
I
what else
ordered
is
it.
coming this week? Batgirl. I forgot.
Batgirl's
she's going to
coming
be here
for you,
too.
yeah.
I said, I
Nice.
can't wait. I can't wait for that.
I'm
Yeah,
not sold
for
on
sure,
that
bro.
face yet, man. But I guess
Really?
we're gonna have to
Batgirl?
see. Yeah,
I'll
we'll see it in hand, maybe.
You know why?
right?
Because again, it's not really focused on any type of actor or actress or something like. It's just more so a figure from the game. So that's why I'll give it a pass.
Yeah, that makes
She
sense.
looks great though. I'm just.
Well, I
wanna see
mean,
it
I
in
know.
hand.
I don't think Dean's not in the chat, but I did. Leo, I told you about that Final Fantasy Zach Fair figure. I did pre-order that.
You did?
Dude.
I knew you
because
would.
I knew I needed it, bro. I knew I
you
needed
would,
it.
bro.
Like,
I
because
knew
that
you would,
Sephiroth,
bro.
man, it's elite. It's elite.
Dude, that
bro.
thing looks
And
so good.
They shared Anthony. I don't know if you saw. They shared final production photos of the Cloud, dude. The proto is nothing compared to that final product. Like the final product is dead on. Like Game
miles
Toys
better?
is bringing heat.
Okay.
They took a while to delay that Cloud just to make it better, and it came out really good. I got the Cloud and the bike on pre-order, so
Well, you know you can get a certain percentage off. Does it slightly resemble KG a little bit?
a little bit. There's a little bit of
Okay.
KG in there.
Because you
I'll
can get
I'll
a percentage off if it does.
Yeah. By the way, Brother
Cousins
Cousins coming in last second.
Look at
Brother
that.
Cousins. Thank you so much, Brother Cousins.
Brother
I love
Cousins.
Brother Cousins, man. He's a
a
fellow
guy.
Marylander at heart. He lives here in Maryland with me. Late Christmas gift. Love you guys. Thanks so much, Brother Cousins. Hope you had a Merry Christmas as well. Yeah, you guys are amazing. Pablo wants Battlefront, I can tell. And Tori was in the chat. Thank you, Tori, and everyone. You know, single songwriter Ben. I can see Bloodsport, Leonardo, Lewis, Eddie, everyone in the chat. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been a great year of live streams. I guess we'll be in the new year for the next one. And yeah, I appreciate it. That'll be pretty much a wrap for Collection Mingle, and Lael's the Joker now, so it's all good. So guys, peace out. We will catch you in the next one.
See ya.